Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Give me a Yahoo up in the chat. Give me a 9 up in the chat. Spin that vortex up in the chat if I could be heard, family. All praises. What's the word? Hold on. We got to take that off. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Take that off. There we go. Mic check, mic check. Man, what's going on there? Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Go ahead and spin that vortex if I can be heard, family. All praises to the ever-present creator, the all in all, the always was, is, and never shall be. It's your little brother. It's your little brother. Right back at it. You understand? Another presentation. Malachi Macabee presents Sons of the Great Spirit and their universal doctrine of light. Yeah. We're going to ruffle some feathers today, but guess what? In the end, you be all right. You feel me? No better way to get the darkness than to flee and expose it to some light. So look, y'all come on in. Y'all hit that like button, subscribe button, share button, and jump on in, man. We got a bomb presentation for the family today, man. As usual, I see y'all piling in. See my brother T Brew, STL in the building. 3-1 Flow, stand up. 3-1 Flow, stand up. You already know, fam. What's the word? Love, light, and balance to the family, man. Always, forever, and forever will be. Give everybody my love, my brother. Let's rock.
All right, question for Is. Would you kill your child, your son, if your God told you to?
You said the Most High told me to?
Yeah.
Or yeah, man, the Most High said do it, then that's what it is. Yeah, man, the Most High said do it, then that's what it is. Yeah, man, the Most High said do it, then that's what it is.
A 22-year-old woman told hotel workers in Holmes County that she had been directed by God. To go on a shooting spree about the solar eclipse, and that not long after she left the hotel in a purple Dodge Challenger driving to the interstate, traveling west, shooting into 2 cars. One of the drivers was shot in the neck, the other grazed in his arm.
If your God came to you right now, tonight, in pomp and glory, shining, and he commanded the death of your child, would you sacrifice your child?
If the Most High is going to do it, of course. If the Most High is going to do it, of course. If the Most High is going to do it, of course.
Peter Lucas Moses refers to himself as a radical religious person who is with the Black Hebrews. And he just pleaded guilty to killing a 4-year-old and a woman that he was living with. He killed the 4-year-old because he thought he was gay.
Moses believed 4-year-old Higginbotham was homosexual. Klein says Moses took Higginbotham to the garage, played the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, and shot him. Played the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and shot him. Played the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and shot him.
If God came to you and told you to sacrifice your kid, would you sacrifice your kid?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
God is called a terrible, demon-like power. God is called a terrible, demon-like power. God is...
Why is she smiling like she's being flirted with, man? Like, what the hell is going on in these streets? The hell is really going on, man? That woman smiling like she happy her daughter, David. Good night.
Called the terrible, demon-like power. So Napa means empty, you could say, or open. Shita means demon, or demon-like or terrible. Shita means demon, or demon-like or terrible. Shita means demon, or demon-like or terrible.
According to the criminal complaint, Polite told investigators God told him to shoot Pastor Germany.
God told him to shoot Pastor Germany.
And he wanted to go to jail to clear his mind.
Would you kill your child or your grandchild if your God told you to?
Oh, man.
So that's a yes?
Yeah, well, It's a yes. It's a yes.
It's a yes.
But I think that it would be a test. I don't think the Lord would actually tell you to do it. I think it would just be a test because we can see.
You be willing to go through with it.
Or go through. I'll go through any trial the Lord puts me through.
Leader Yahweh Ben Yahweh, the self-proclaimed Son of God, one day in 1981, her North Dade home became a house of death. Banks and her husband, Carlton Carey, had just returned from talking with police about another Yahweh member who had been decapitated. Today, Yahweh Ben Yahweh is charged in her attempted murder and the death of her husband. October 1986, Yahweh's take over an Opalaka apartment building. Two residents who were ordered to leave publicly complained. That night, both were shot to death.
Wow! Judah, do you hear me? If the Most High Yahweh tells you to kill your family, would you do it? Yes or no?
Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes.
Oh, Judah, no.
Judah didn't mean that, y'all.
If the Most High say, put your family down, would you do it for the Most High?
By faith, yes. By faith, yes.
By faith, yes.
But he's going to tell me not to do it, just like he did Abraham. We have a story like that already. Next.
The moral law is that if a child was to be rebellious, okay, towards their parents, they was to be taken out and be stoned to death because of that. You see what I'm saying?
Would you do that? Would you do that if your God came back to you today in glory and said, I want you to stone your son if he get rebellious? Would you? Would you do it?
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, I would.
Wow.
The Most High was to come to you and ask you to off your loved ones. Would you do it, brother?
Man, the look of just entitlement on this Millie Mouth Negro face, boy. Well, we slowed him up the other day and paused him. He ran his thumb across his nose. He straightened up his koofy. He had that look on his face like yawn. You know what I mean? Like, how dare you ask me? You already know what my answer is. Oh, man. These are your gatekeepers of your so-called HOK and conscious community. Look, listen to me. The longer it goes, the weirder it gets. I'm telling you. Sometimes you can't do nothing but sit back and laugh at this stuff, man. Like, wow. Wow. You feel me? Shout out to my brother Daryl Cosmo. I always just let them keep talking. They hang themselves. We ain't even got to throw a punch. Easy work, man. Easy work. Let me just so the world can know, Millie Mouth misfits like this could never beat us in nothing under the sun or above it. You dig? If you already on, if according to your own trap or your own jaw, you an admitted baby killer, wouldn't hesitate to off your children, let alone somebody else's children or somebody else. You feel me? You could never stand up against us in anything under the sun or above it. I'm just being real with you. You feel me? These are lower. All these cats are propelled and influenced by spirits below the grade. These cats ain't even in the spirits that's leading these individuals ain't even spirits that are in kindergarten. Huh? This is what you call the infant and toddler class in daycare. PK4. These are not high-raised spirits that are leading these men and women. That wasn't a high-raised spirit that inspired that woman to smile knowing her God meant demon. Come on, man. It's all over but the shouting. I told y'all a while back. What you're looking at is the blowback and the fallout after all those light bombs dropped on May 16th earlier this year. When that team debate went down. Yeah, everybody is actively ducking us. Watch this.
If I had made the mistake, if I didn't have ancestors inside of me and I made the mistake to make babies with outside nations, and then I heard the download from my ancestors saying that you need to put them away, yes, I will put them away. Yes, I will put them away.
Yes, I will put them away.
Okay, Judah Nazareth, if the Most High come to you and say, I want you to put down your family, I have a better movement for you that I need you to do, would you do it?
They're out of here. They're out of here.
They're out of here.
Creator Gang is undefeated. I keep it real, pack to steal if whoever want it. Clap, Judah be running laps when he get confronted. Got Devil Cosmon and knock you off of 500. They hit the club, roll up a Judah dub, forever blunted. Contemplating on who we gonna take out next. Got Cosmo, Cal, MALAKIMAC can be the best. The 4 horsemen who understand the business. Contract killers won't hesitate to kill a witness. 21 bodies executed on my hit list. JJ trying to watch me, trying to take pictures. YAH'KI working with woods and paint, a bunch of snitches. Peer pressure separate the real from the bitches. Niggas be gang gang until you start to bang bang. Let a nigga brains hang on everybody like dang. You thought it couldn't happen. Yahweh wouldn't smoke 9/11 Manhattan. Bullets in his breastplate, both lungs collapsing. Hands reaching in the air for the air he grasped it. The flyer was made, Sila Shalom first captain. But the captain ran away just like if nothing happened. I'm a certified killer. Peel a nigga, cut him open and feed him his own liver. Graphic is how I paint the picture. Shoot shots like a pitcher. Split JJ like a swish. Cut the head off for the lion's den and watch the rest of the body quiver. Core shots I deliver when it's crunch time on the trigger. Got 2 pair of eagles fly like seagulls when it's time. I scoot out, shoot out. Air out YAH'KI every time. Standing behind enemy lines, killing my enemies every time. Defend the faith like Muslim Sunni soldiers at a shrine. I facilitate thoughts beyond the thoughts of mankind. Creator Gang is in the prime while you niggas get left behind. Creator Gang is undefeated. Salute, Daryl Cosmo, Cosmo Cal, Malachi Macabee, and the whole Creator Gang. Nigga, we outside with it. All that huffing and puffing don't mean nothing. You step in the dojo.
Yeah.
Jason Nero put the record out.
Creator Gang coming. Creator Gang coming. Turning up the light and watch some boys start running. Let me
Shout out to my brother Brian Yogi, man. Brian is, boy, you unapologetically old school, boy. You almost sound like you start rapping like a hip hop, a hippie. My brother, boy. Much love, Brian, man.
Tell you something, we ain't out here doing nothing. I can tell you scared, boy, niggas stop.
We got Brian start moving. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Jason Nero put the record out.
Creator Gang coming.
Yeah, Brian's rocking from side to side and looking up. Boy, that's my brother, boy. I'm telling you.
Creator Gang coming. Turning up the light and watch some boys start running. Let me tell you something, we ain't out here doing nothing. I can tell you scared, boy, niggas stop fronting. It was all in the plan, comprehension, understand. Breaking boys off like Creator did the plan. Cooler than the band. Who you fooling, man? We be tearing shit up like we're taping and some bands. Conscious community, yeah, we in demand. Looking for the truth, debate or the booth. Sourcing up with the proof, AU on the tooth. Catch me in the candy painted Aquavine coupe. Step in my boots while I'm knocking mines loose. You be the cobra, I be the mongoose. Plant base in my suit, meditate on my fruit. Red Star training, who let the gods loose?
That boy Brian talking. Boy, you trying to moonwalk? Hold on, Brian.
Red Star training. Who let the gods loose?
Oh man, boy, they didn't leave my bro alone, boy. I tell you. Right there, boy. Moving in unison as one person in time to the music. Without a word of command, the host proceeded each as a shining crystal in the place allotted and void in nothing, and also perfect as if Creator had made each a special work of wonder to inspire men with reverence for the talents he had created. Man, that's powerful. But that old Wasby was some heavy hitting. Shout out to my brother KG Boxology. Yeah, I got your text. I'm trying to remember what the name of that book was. Yeah, that's one of them. That's one of them deals you can't even talk about online. I'll find it though, man. I just gotta scroll back and see if I recognize the title, but I forgot the name of it. But it's one of them that you can't even talk online about that. You know, man. So yeah, I was gonna reach back out to you. I just gotta look for it. You did. But shout out to the Bronze, yo, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, Credit Gang got many talents. I need some music for my brother, Young Prince, too. I need some music, man. Look, I'll start playing all our music before we even get into the lesson. Every class. You know what I mean? Play our stuff. Non-stop. Also, we about to start just running content on the Credit Gang TV, y'all, just 24/7. We got so much content. We can literally afford to run something on CGG TV 24/7. We just need to keep it spinning and keep pumping it and promoting. You feel me? So yeah, it's a lot of great things in the works, man. Shout out to the CGG, all the brothers and sisters, gods and goddesses in training. Create a gang, you know what I mean? Gang of nothing. Shout out to the 4 Horsemen, my brothers, or the Turtle Gang, my brothers, Sela Shalom, Cosmon Carol, Daryl Cosmon, the 4 Horsemen, aka the Turtle Gang. You know what I mean? Y'all know about the Ninja Turtles or whatever growing up. You know, they was Leonardo was the swordsman. You know what I mean? Donatello, you know what I mean? He'll club you to death with that bow staff. But he was the genius out of all them. If you go back and look at any Ninja Turtle, if you trip off each one of their personalities and characters, you did. Cosmon Cal is Raphael. He you know that's the boogeyman. That's what you don't want to see. Nigga, Ralph is a problem. Every Ninja Turtle you go look at, it trip off their personality, especially the latest ones. You know what I mean? Raphael or Ralph was a problem. That nigga was a problem. You know what I mean? Everybody got out the way whenever he, you know what I mean, whenever he rolls up. And then last but not least, your brother MALAKIMAC, Megaton Light Bomb. I'm Michelangelo. I spin that vortex with that nunchuck and hit you in the mouth with it. I'm the little brother, you dig? So shout out to my bros, man. Truly an honor to be on this journey with all y'all, man. Truly an honor. As we see, we don't got to slander anybody. They expose themselves. You dig? Let's keep going. Uh-oh. Shout out to my brother Cosmon Cal, man. I put them Super 7s up, baby.
And oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feel it when you feeling up there. When you in the sky, breathing rarefied air. When you
I put them Super 7s up. Y'all kick y'all feet back, man. We gonna have a marvelous build today, man. Marvelous build. You dig? And for any of the misfits that may still be on the fence, hey, you know, sit on back, man, and stop fighting the inevitable. You dig? In the end, all things answer to the Creator. You only run it from yourself. In the end, you got to come on back home. It's only a matter of when. It ain't even an if. It's this thing called time. That's it. In the end, everybody got to come on home, even the false ones. So love, light, and balance, man. Cosmon, you feel me? But yeah, I put y'all Super 7s up, tap on in. It's gonna be a marvelous build today, man. Marvelous build. And again, for any mumble mouth misfit that don't like what we bringing out, I still ain't heard nothing evil. You dig? As we about to get into the day, let's go.
Breathe and rarefy air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky, breathe and rarefy air. When you breathe and rarefy air. Just that job felt, that child man, that palpable, that towel man, since sunset in the arc away. My brain moving like towel saying, so as above, it's so below. That up and that down thing, this flow is atmospheric.
Man, y'all ain't messing with us in nothing. And that even include the bars. Nigga, I stand on that. Boy, y'all heard the way Cal came in chopping that up. Boy, listen to what Cal's saying. And trip off his delivery. Huh? And if you listen to him, he all up in the ethers howling at us. Shout out to my low cons, my child, man. Listen to him. Listen to that, man.
And oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feel it when you feeling up there. When you in the sky, breathe and rarefy air. When you breathe and rarefy air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky, breathe and rarefy air. When you breathe and rarefy air. Just that job felt, that child man, that palpable, that towel man, since sunset in the arc away. My brain moving like towel saying, so as above, it's so below. That up and that down.
You gotta have some more Waspi now to even catch what he just said in his first 2 bars, nigga. You gotta know what the arc of Wayne is, or the first arc cycle. That boy, man, look, y'all better leave us alone.
Down thing, this flow is atmospheric. I call that a ground game. See, water is knowledge, so if I'm teaching, you learn.
You hear that? Water knowledge. If I'm teaching, you're learning. You get mad like all that sound braggadocious. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. You here to learn, even if you a millie mouth misfit and a quote unquote op that can't stand the sight of us. Guess what? You listening to learn, yeah. Huh? Water is knowledge. So if I'm teaching you learning, listen to him.
So how your God make a sun without vortexing current?
You gotta know that. How I like to know what he just said. How your God make a sun without vortexing current? Huh? Yeah, we understand in the beginning God created, but how? What's the methodology? What he use? It's time to tap on in, man. It's just time to tap on in.
See the pattern is panic. I'm reaching out for my people. Oh, watch me flow through your speakers. You feel the force of the ether. And when the force gets equal, I'm taking off like an eagle. Police popped the pastor yesterday for pushing political. My DNA is Moshe. Mix that thing with higher water. My spirit rate is OTN. It's just a higher order.
Man, you got it. My spirit rate is OTN. It's just in higher order. Man, y'all up in the ether skate though, niggas, man. Shout out to my local Cosmo Cow.
I got more light than Kavita. Rapper a lot just like Tila. Went from sinner to saint. Shout out my big homie Sela.
Shout out. Salute to God. Sela Shalom. Let's go.
Got more torque than a sports car. Got more work than a door star. In the 4 million I make, I'm giving the Dr. Umar. Oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feeling up there. When you in the sky, breathe and rarefy air. When you breathe and rarefy air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky, breathe and
Hey Cal, hit the link, brother. Hit the link.
Rarefy air. When you breathe and rarefy air, oh yeah. Super 7 in my rites and ceremonies. I'm married to Jehovah, holy matrimony. Confucius say, in the words of Kai, you, before you hit the tomb, be a bridegroom. Only got one question for Miss Susan B. On how to last Ahu when it's now an ennui. claim my inspiration, I'm just thinking thoughts. But in the way of God's, we gon' keep it short. Why Jesus wanna kill me, Matthew 10:34. Just a couple questions that I'm needing to know. Oh, watch me flow, it's so potent. Set the vortex in motion. Super 7, I'm floating across the Aegean Ocean. Oh, you a Muslim now, so I guess you make it salat. Well, I'm an Israelite, I'ma make you met the Shabbat.
We ain't Israelites. We telling you we the real ones. Yeah. We were that light at. We the real Israelites. Let's go.
Got Moses on the bumper, super slap off in my spaceship photosphere. So I stay lit, peace and light to the faith is so yeah. Put that super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah.
Shout out to Cosmo and Cal, man. Y'all go over there, like, subscribe, share. You know what I mean? The brother doing some major league work out here, man. He did major league work out in these deals. How everybody doing up in here? Check everything out. I got my brother Cosmo and Cal in the deal. Talk to me, big homie. What's the word?
Man. Hey, man, listen. It's funny. I'm getting ready to drop this new show, y'all. You dig what I'm talking about? I'm about to tie the skill of farming right back into this creator's light. You dig what I'm talking about? And give y'all a new show. You dig what I'm saying? And it's funny because we did this show before, and now we bringing it back, right? But the last time we was doing the show was before I ever recorded Super 7. Right? So if I'm not mistaken, it was 2017, the last show I was looking at. I didn't record. A lot of people don't know Super 7 is old. It's new. If you ain't never heard it before, it's new. You know what I mean? But if you ain't never heard it, so I think I recorded it in 2018.
Yeah, man, that deal slap. Especially when you slow down and listen to what you saying. Man.
Yeah, they don't be ready. A lot of them, you dig what I'm saying? The wordplay. It's the wordplay. It's the double and triple entendres off the top.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm talking about? Hey.
I mean, the way you just was getting at it too. You know what I mean? Man, yeah, that deal solid right there, man. You did. That deal was solid, man. But look, as always, man, it's always an honor chopping it up, man. I got a little treat for the fam today, man. I got a little treat for the fam. You see the title, right? Malaki Macabee presents Sons of the Great Spirit and their universal doctrine of light. Been working on this for the past few days. You did. I was like, look, I got a treat for the family, man. We're gonna sit on back and have a bomb build. You know what I mean? And a lot of times these things are needed. So if you got time, I don't know if you gotta go right now, Cal, or whatever, but hey, roll out with us for a minute, but if you can, brother. You dig?
Yeah, no, I got your back. I'm here. I'm rolling with you. I'm gonna just chill out in the back. Go ahead and kick back on this one. It's funny because you was good. The only reason I'm not recording right now, because I'm about to do the second series of that Antiquity Unveiled.
Yeah.
I'm about to do a Pollyanus, a Tiana. Yeah, we about to go in on this one.
Hey man, hey bro, it's so much heat coming from over this way, bro. Hey, I guess they are wise for ducking us, man. You know what I mean? They may be wise for ducking us. There's a lot of firepower over this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't say it might be smart just to stay away from us.
Yeah.
That might be the best thing.
Yeah.
Do all your shadow banning, your hiding, your ducking, throwing rocks, hiding your hand. Just keep doing it over there.
Yeah.
Because if you come over here, just know.
Yeah, I mean, you
talking
talking
about issue.
You talking about megaton light bombs, gamma
rays, whirlwinds.
Whirlwinds.
You think what I'm talking about? Listen,
Hey,
y'all
man.
don't want these problems, man. Just leave us alone. You might be right.
Yeah.
Leave us alone, because you'll let your God will last longer that way.
Hey, Cal, you always got a way of you know what I mean, your vernacular, brother. Your verbiage is off the chain. All right, so check this out. Check this out. Malachi Macabee presents Sons of the Great Spirit and a Universal Doctrine of Light. In this presentation, I will unveil information that will challenge your beliefs and knowledge. All students and pursuers of truth should be bold and confident on their quest to all truth. Always remember, absolute truth doesn't need support. If at any time your foundation of faith is challenged or is shaken, then what you have been entertaining is not the truth from the creator of all creation. The ever-present creator is not exclusive to a certain group of individuals boasting about being chosen. The reality is, all who choose the Great Spirit are chosen. May the wisdom and light of the Great Spirit guide us all. Source. See, we're going to go ahead and come on home today, Kyle, man. You see, we're going to come on home today, brother.
Come on home, y'all.
Play with him. We going to go ahead and start tying a lot of this stuff in and agree.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That's the time it is. So what y'all see right here on the screen is the Nazarene Acts of the Apostles, right? And it's an excerpt in here I want to go to that's going to validate the title that you see today, right? Chapter 20. This is Shimon Kepha, who you know is Simon Peter, talking about Brahmins. Trip off what he says. There are likewise amongst the Bactrians in the Indian countries immense multitudes of Brahmins, who also themselves from the tradition of their ancestors and peaceful customs and laws neither commit murder, nor adultery, nor worship idols, nor have the practice of eating animal food, or never drunk, never do anything maliciously, but always fear Elohim. And these things indeed they do, though the rest of the Indians commit both murders and adulteries, and worship idols, and are drunken, and practice other immoralities of this sort. Indeed, in the western parts of India itself, there is a certain country where strangers, when they enter it, are taken and slaughtered and what? Eaten. And neither have good stores prevented these men from such immoralities and from accursed food, nor have evil stars compelled the Brahmins to do any evil. Again, there is a custom among the Persians to marry mothers and sisters and daughters. In all that district, the Persians contract incestuous marriages. So look at now, trip off that. You got Peter, the disciple, in his teaching explains that amongst the Orthodox Brahmins, there is a brotherhood of light. Though considered Brahmins, they live by peaceful customs. No war, drunkenness, murder, adultery, idol worship, or killing of any animals for the sake of sacrifice or food. In every nation and division of the earth, you have this paradigm. The Orthodox versus the local brotherhood of light. Say that again. In every nation and division of the earth, you have this paradigm. The Orthodox versus the brotherhood of light, who have pledged themselves to live to their highest light by living selfless and doing righteous works to one another. Next source, Gospel of the Nazarenes. We ain't even in YAH'S yet. We're going to tie it all the way down. Chapter 46. Transfiguration on the Mount, the giving of the law. Look at this right here. This is Yeshua. He says, for who are the Israel of God? Even they of every nation. Ain't that what that said right there? Every. Even they of every nation and tribe who what? Work righteousness. Love mercy and keep my commandments. These are the true Israel of God And standing upon his feet, Yeshua spoke, saying, Hear, O Israel, Jehovah thy God is one. Many are my seers. Many are my seers and my prophets. There it is. Right when he's saying in every nation, a real Israelite is someone who's working righteousness and love mercy. You see that? And then he says he got plenty of seers and prophets out here. And me all live and move and have substance. You should not take away the life of any creature for your pleasure, nor for your profit, nor yet torment it. You should not steal the goods of any, nor gather lands and riches to yourselves beyond your need or use. You should not eat the flesh, nor drink the blood of any slaughtered creature, nor yet anything which brings disorder to your who? Health or senses. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. You should not make impure marriages where love and health are not. Remember that. Nor yet corrupt yourselves or any creature made pure by the holy. You should not bear false witness against any, nor willfully deceive any by a lie to hurt them. You shall not do unto others as you would not that others should do unto you. You should worship one eternal, the Father/Mother in heaven, of whom are all things, and reverence the holy name. You shall revere your fathers and your mothers on earth, whose care is for you and all the teachers of righteousness. You should cherish and protect the weak and those who are oppressed and all creatures that suffer wrong. You shall work with your hands the things that are good and seemly. So shall you eat the fruits of the earth and live long in the land. You shall purify yourselves daily and rest the seventh day from labor, keeping holy the Sabbaths and the festival of your God. You shall do unto others as you would that others shall do unto you. Yahshua the Nazarene / Hashem, Gospel of the Nazarene, chapter 46, 8-21. Both Yeshua the Nazarene and Simon Peter are on record saying that the Creator has prophets and children of light in every nation and at every time period. Meaning there are no big I's and little U's, and there has never been a reason to be a full-blown bigot or racist. By choosing the great spirit, you become chosen. Question is, which spiritual text talks about the history or tradition of these other prophets and children of light belonging to other nations? Does such a text exist? But just saying it isn't enough to appease our curiosity. We want to know who, what, where, when, why, and how. What you think about that, Cosmon Cal? Talk to me. Look at this, y'all. Source.
The oneness and similarity makes sense. That system in order makes sense.
Is there such a spiritual text that talks about the histories of these sons of light and servants of Creator in every nation? Is there such a text, Cosmon Kyle? Really? Source OISP. For y'all that don't know what OISP is about, OISP is a primary source. It's a primary. What is it for? It's for the spiritual and practical enlightenment and development of individuals, groups, and humanity, for their glory and happiness and for the glory of the whole, and the words of the Creator and his angel ambassadors, being a Cosmon Bible containing the history of the dominions of the higher and lower heavens on the earth for the past 25,000 years. Sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. You already outflanked and outgunned. Sit down. Just off 25,000 years. Just that alone. Huh? Look at this. Look at this. Being from the submersion of the continent of Pan in the Pacific Ocean, commonly called the flood or deluge, to the Cosmon era, the present time. And this is also a brief history of the preceding years from man's beginning on earth to the flood. Timetables of prophecy. Look at this. So today, we're not just going to be throwing names out there in places. We're going to give y'all a time period. We're going to be giving you dates. See, those in opposition to what we bring out can't do that. They can't point to you an arc cycle and give you an exact date on something. You know what I mean? So this right here, we'll be referring to this a lot today. All right, from the first arc cycle Wayne, you heard our brother Cosmo and Carol rapping about it today. It's right here. Number one at the far left, 3,000 years. The year 71,523 BCE. Ooh, wait. To what? 68,523 BCE. Exactly 3,000 years. It was called the Ark of Wan or Wayne. All right. The Etherian over that was a brother by the name of Sathantes. All right. His rank, he was an archangel. And it was the first era man created. See, so we're going to be referring to this a lot today. We're going to give you time periods. We ain't just going to say who these men are. We're going to give you time periods. All right? That brother right there. Zarathustra engraving is seen on the door at the shrine in the mountain cave in Chak Chak, Iran on June 14, 2014. Getty Images. Zarathustra, son of the great spirit, number one. Zarathustra, Persia, 7,053 BCE. Let's go run him down on the time chart. The timetable of prophecy. 7,053 is right here. That's the 22nd arc cycle since the creation of man. It started in 7,053 BC. Blow it up. It ran to 3953 BC. It's called the Ark of Lu. The name of the angel over that arc cycle was Phagopati. He was an Orion chief. And who was the main brother in the earth in that day? A brother by the name of Zarathustra. See, we give you not only a who, but a when. You get time. See that? Let's go see what's up with Zarathustra. What did he teach? And we talking about 7,053 BCE, y'all. We talking 9,000 years ago. 9,000 years ago. OSB glossary, some key terms. Ormazd, or light, and Maz, master light. So Ormazd simply means the master of light, and it's equivalent to Jehovah or Jehovah. In different divisions of the earth, the creator was called by different names. Ego Quim over here in the Americas, and over there in Persia, Ormazd. Over there in Arabia, Yahweh, Jehovah. Over in the Far East, sometimes Tien. You see what I'm saying? So the creator was called different things, but notice what it tells you that. So when you read Ormazd in here, don't think it's talking about something modern that we all know is false. No, Ormazd means master light or the master light, and it's exactly the same personage as the creator. All right. Ahu Mazda is the god of Zarathustra. So Ormazd is the creator. The god of Zarathustra is Ahu Mazda. God and the creator are not the same. Look at this. God or Yad or Jas, an angel in rank. Look what God is. God is just an angel. In rank, next above Lord and next below Orion chief. One who's sufficiently wise and powerful to take charge of a planet. One who is sufficiently wise and powerful to take charge of a planet and its atmosphere in heavens. His assistant on the throne is called vice god. Sub-gods of those who have charge over a plateau or heaven, but still under the reigning God. Let's read about Zarathustra. 9,000 years ago, we go back. Let's read Zarathustra of Persia. Look what he teaches. And he says, 6 days you shall labor, O man, and worship on the seventh, because they are the moon's times. Look at that. This is 9,000 years ago. 7,000 years before the common era. Look at this. Then Ormazd, the creator, created the power to live without kings like the Ions in the east. And the name of this power he created was Rana. Then spoke Ahu Mazda to Zarathustra, the all-pure, saying to attain to Rana, how to attain to Rana, this then is the holy Mazdian law. Ormazd shall be king, creator is king, and you shall acknowledge no other. Y'all heard this? This is what was being taught in the earth 9,000 years ago. Not to be confused with Zoroastrianism. That's something that came later. They just assumed the names of great men that came before them, and they just switched to doctrine. That's how false gods get down. They just take the name that was famous so they don't got a label to raise up their own name. So a lot of these things you hear on down the line are the products or the twisting of what it was by these false deities to assume the names of Buddha, Confucius, you know what I mean, Jesus, you know, whatever, or Mars, you know, whatever names you think about. Because when you hear of there was a Buddha or someone that was called Buddha later on that stood on business, not to be confused with the Buddha everybody talk about today. How do you know? 2 different time periods. That's how you know. You know what I mean? Look at this. Creator shall be king, and you shall acknowledge no other. He shall be your all highest love forever above all other loves. You shall disown all other rulers, kings, queens, lords, and gods. Look at this. I ain't heard nothing evil yet. Let me blow this up a little more. Put it right in your face. Or Mars shall be king, and you shall acknowledge no other. He shall be your all highest love forever above all other loves. You shall disown all other rulers, kings, queens, lords, and gods. You shall not bow down in reverence except to or Mars or Yahweh, your creator. Look at that. 9,000 years ago, this is being taught in the earth. Look at this. You shall covenant yourself to your creator every day. And teach your children to do so also. Look at that. Covenant people, we're under the covenant. Do you make a covenant with your maker every day, though? I get into the YAH'KI to teach you how to do that. What to say, how you come into covenant or agreement with your maker every day. And you shall teach your children to do so also. You should keep holy the 4 moon days. The changing of the seasons. Look at this. You should keep holy the 4 moon days, for they are the change of watch of the gods and angels over man. You see that? Oh, now you know why you're supposed to be observing new moons, specifically the changing of the seasons. You know, every quarter, because look what's happening. As above, so below. You're looking at a changing of the guard every quarter.
Yeah,
every quarter. Go ahead,
and
talk
just
to,
add
go ahead,
in
talk
real
to
quick, so people can understand what's going on when they're talking about a change of the guard. Every new moon, what you see or understand as a star, right, is switched out and swapped out. They are vehicles. Ask yourself, if the zodiac is each star and is its own sun, and each is moving in its own path, how have they been following the earth for since man could account for the zodiac? Thousands and thousands of years. They've never changed. They've never moved position. That's because they literally follow the earth. This is what they're talking about. A changing of the angelic guards of the heaven happens every quarter of the moon. So every week, once every week, the whole stars move around. And if you're watching, you can catch them. You can see a star move in the sky and take a different position.
That's hard.
That's all you got to do is watch. You watch long enough, you'll see what you think is a UFO.
So when YAH'KI says right on the cover page, a practical guidebook. So now you just heard the breakdown of what we just read. Now you can actively and objectively go try it and see if it's true or false, and get your mind blown. You dig? And now you know why these things were told for man to observe and guard, because look, these same things go on in the heavens. That's some powerful information to have, man. Look at this. Look at this. Your average Willie on earth don't have this knowledge, man. This is some high level light.
The point is, I want y'all to know, the point is for you to watch this. You're supposed to watch this, be able to see it and understand what's going on. How many of us look up in the sky for long enough on a Sabbath night to actually notice?
That's powerful, man. Now you got homework. Look at this. Look at this. You should not kill what your creator created alive. That's wild, because we got Yeshua that is saying 7,000 years later saying the same thing, don't we, Cap? Saying the same thing. The exact same thing.
Same thing. The thing is, what we seeing is the forefather or precursor to all so-called major religions, because the ideology being brought forth here by Zarathustra is the foundation for all good religion. This is the same thing taught to the Israelites, the same thing taught to the Essenes, the same thing taught to every good people, the Vedics, the Hotian of China, the Algonquins of America. We all practice the same thing. It's virtually the same.
Man, wow. And as we track it down through time, from 9,000 years on down, 9,000 years ago on down, you're going to see like, wow, look at that. It's the same thing being taught. Oh, wait, look at this. Look, it gets better. You should not kill what your creator created alive. You should love your father next to your creator and obey his voice, and honor your mother because she brought you forth by the will of your creator. Look at that. I ain't heard nothing evil yet, Kyle. Look at this. You should not allow your desires to lead you after a woman. You should not take that which is another's. You should not be vain, for nothing is yours. You should not speak untruth. Stop lying. He telling you 9,000 years ago, stop lying. Look at this. Verse 24. You shall not talk about your neighbor behind his back. Look at that. Look at that. How many of us still breaking this? You should not talk about your neighbor behind his back, for Creator hears you. And the angels will go, not might go, will go. Tell your neighbor's soul what you have said. That's why before anybody tell you somebody talking about you, you already know it. You can feel it. Just pay attention. Look at this, verse 25. You should not be idle or lazy, or your flesh will become weak and burn down your soul. You should not envy nor harbor hatred against any man, woman, or child. You should not reprove any man or woman for their evil. Well, they are the creators. Whoever is doing wrong already knows they're in the wrong. They don't need you to come behind them and come behind their conscience and remind them. They already know. Look at this. You should reprove your own child and teach him the right way. You should not lie with your wife during pregnancy. That's a problem, huh? Look at this. You should not lie with your wife during pregnancy. You should not marry any of your kin except beyond the 5th generation. Look at this. You should not take to wife a woman of unclean habits. You shall not take to wife a woman of unclean habits. You should not commit the self-habit. You should not desire of your neighbor more than you would give. You shall fast one day of the 4th moon all your life, neither eating fish nor flesh, nor bread nor fruit, nor shall anything but water enter your mouth. One whole year of your life, you should dwell with the poor. Look at that. Live with the poor, sleep with the poor, begging for alms for the poor. Dang, that's wild. Look at it. Notice the high spiritual light coming from the Creator through YAHWH'S, the God, to this ancient Son of the Great Spirit. These teachings promote absolute unity with man and his Creator. These teachings promote absolute unity with man and his Creator by doing good works to all of his creation. This is the doctrine of light and peace. Even the animals are sacred and are forbidden to be slain. If you get some understanding, throw some 9s up in the chat, family. Yeah, we're going to cook today. We're going to cook today. We're going to find out. We're going to walk through. We're going to walk right on down the timeline. Oh, we're going to do? We're going to walk him down. Some understanding, man.
9,000 years worth of history, provable objectively, even through the thing they hate, religion. It's proven objectively.
Now look with this. Look with another part of OISP headshot. Book of Divinity 1:14 and 15. Understand this. Jehovah said, behold, my God, lords and subgods shall teach. Look at this. Shall teach the same things in the different parts of the earth and in these heavens. Look at that. So what the man Zarathustra got, he got from his God, who got it from our Creator. But notice it starts with the forces that are inspiring these men. Before they can speak the truth in every division of the earth, their main inspiration must be speaking. You see? Look at this. Jehovah said, behold, my God, lords and subgods shall teach the same things in the different parts of the earth and in these heavens. I will not have one Lord teaching one thing in one place and another teaching the same thing differently in another place. Look at that. Remember the title. Sons of the Great Spirit and their universal doctrine of light, because it's all ordained by a Creator. See, it wouldn't be division in it. Look at this. Jehovah said, my God and Lord shall provide comprehensively, so that all peoples, a few people, all peoples, not only your chosen little group, all peoples on earth, look at this, y'all, and in heaven. Those are the spirits of the drawn toward me in harmony and discipline. Ooh, we. Hey, Cosmon Cal, I ain't heard nothing evil yet, brother. Will you please stop me when you hear something evil?
Got you.
Stop me in time stamp it. Let's roll. Now look at this right here. So now that we know that the gods and the lords are commissioned and commanded to teach the exact same thing, well, they are the main inspiration and force over these great men that we've known in the earth and are coming to know that we're in the earth. Son of the Great Spirit, number 2, we got Abraham of Arabinia, Africa. What time period? 3953 BC. Let's go run it down on the timetables of prophecy. See, they ain't got that over there. They ain't got that. That's why that debate with them commissions is supposed to be about time. One of the rounds supposed to be about time. They don't got no timetables of prophecy. They can't tell you when the 23rd arc cycle started or ended. We go to the number 23 at the top. It lasted 2,400 years, y'all, from 3953 BCE to 1553 BCE. It was known as the Ark of Speeder. The Etherian angel over that arc cycle was a sister by the name of Serpenta or Mead. Shout out to the sisters. Her rank was an Orion chieftainess. And what men was she responsible for influencing in the earth through her gods and lords? Because she's just a daughter of the Creator. Look at this. Abraham, Brahma, Poe, and Iwata. Look at that. Let's go deal with Abraham. Might think we playing. Chapter 8, first book of God, OISP, the first Phoenician Bible. Look at that. The first Phoenician Bible. Phoenician, huh? Being Abram, a man chosen by God for the children of Arabinia. Arabinia, y'all, is Northeast Africa. It's Africa, basically. Look at it. Look what it says about Abraham, though. Out of the host of Persia. Really? Who were of the people of Shem, who existed since the days of the flood, came Abram, a man chosen by God in the Ark of Speeder for the deliverance of the faithless of Arabinia, Africa. Faithless are those who serve the Great Spirit and the Great Spirit only, or the Creator and the Creator only. Look at this. God said, because they have not raised up one out of the sons of Ham, your name shall become Abraham, and there shall be testimony in thousands of years of my records in the libraries of heaven. Look at that. That ain't the reason why we read in Bible his name Abraham, though. Look at this. And it came to pass that forgers and deceivers, not having the fear of the Creator before them, falsely gave the interpretation of the meaning of the words Abraham. not knowing in thousands of years that in so small a matter, he would display the truth and glory of his revealed word. Verse 7. Abraham was of pure blood and an Ahuan, and the light of Suis, I mean, he was clairvoyant. He could hear spirits and speak with them. He was clairvoyant. All right. And the light of Suis had been with his forefathers and foremothers since the flood. Look at Abraham's physical description. And he was large and red like what? New copper. And had black hair and a long beard, fierce to look upon. But his soul was gentle as a woman's. Look at that. Abram could see without eyes and hear without ears, knowing things by the light of God which dwelt in him. For which reason God chose Abram to gather together the faithless in Africa, Arabia, and the adjacent countries, even as he had appointed Poe and Japheth or Asia, which you know is China today. Look at this.
Always thought that was interesting. YHWH'S is the only spiritual book that gives a physical description of Abraham. All religions or Abrahamic religions are based off this man. Not one of them give a time when he existed, nor have they given a description of how he looked. Now, when they describe him, right, it's not describing the modern day Persian.
Right.
But of people who are more Negroidal, right? So we can tell that great transition has happened in migration has happened in that area, modernly called Persia today. With the people stocks. Now, the funny part is people like the brother you got on the screen are still in Persia.
Yeah.
Called Arabs or called Pakistanis or Iranis or you know,
Iranians.
Yeah, even Afghanis. You dig what I'm talking about? Come just like this, but they don't never promote that vision of the darker Asiatic.
Right.
That's what you're saying when you say Persian. You're saying Asiatic. And you're also saying Negroidal. But when you're saying Negroidal, just only know that you're saying, especially in the East, all you're saying is Shemitic. That's it. The Shemitic people are Negroidal, not Hamitic.
That's powerful. That's powerful. Look, shout out to Dreadful Cosmon nigga Thustra. Look what he say, my twin. Yeah. I was gonna say he looked like an old ass, a rostered out. Hey, he looked like a rostered out Terrence Crawford to me.
He from the 99.
He looked like Terrence Crawford, a rostered out Bud Crawford.
Boy, that boy look like Buju Banton them what?
Hey, but look, this is how Abraham is described in YHWH'S. Back to Cal's point. Cal said YHWH'S is the only spiritual. He made a claim. He said YHWH'S is the only spiritual book that give you the physical description of Abraham. We just read it. We just read the physical description of Abraham. And YHWH'S, that's powerful. Let's keep moving though. Let's keep moving. Knows what I got on here. YHWH'S is the only spiritual book that gives you the physical description of this great man, such as Abraham, chapter 9, first book of God. Let's get into what Abraham was doing. Now, after Abraham and his people had returned to Jireh, his camp, and it was night, God said to Abraham, be steadfast and show your people so that they may understand my words. And while they were still praying before the altar, God withdrew from Abraham and allowed the evil angels who had followed them from Sodom and Gomorrah to draw near the altar. And one of the angels clothed himself in a great light and adorned with sparkling gems and a crown he appeared, so all the multitude of people could look upon him. Abraham said, who are you? The Spirit said, I am your God, ruler of heaven and earth. Abraham said, I am your servant. What may I do for you? And the Spirit said, you should take your only son Isaac and your hosts who are with you at Sodom and Gomorrah and go with me where I will lead you, for I have a great work for you.
Malik, before you go further, did you notice what he said? Go back up a little bit. Notice what the Spirit said to him. He said, you shall take your only son, Isaac. Y'all got to remember, Ishmael is 14 years older than Isaac.
Yeah.
If what the biblical narrative is claiming is true, right? Then Ishmael would have been his son also, and it wouldn't have been his only son. And if he was going to hold true to the
that law, that firstborn.
Yeah, to the law of the heathen during the sacrifice of animals.
Yeah.
It's the law of the firstborn. He would have had to sacrifice Ishmael.
Yeah.
But he couldn't sacrifice Ishmael because Ishmael isn't his son. That's it.
Ooh-wee. And you look, only your wasp be revealing that.
Yeah. Nobody else. There's nowhere else on earth. This
makes sense.
It's its own source for this information.
Exactly. That's why you read Prime.
But the proof is he didn't. Right. The proof is he didn't offer up Ishmael. Why? Not that he wasn't there. He was there before Isaac.
14 years before.
You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't that he wasn't there. And if he was going to hold true to that law of sacrifice, it would have been the first fruits. Objective proof that Ishmael is not the son of Abraham.
Look at this. Abraham said, I would do whatever you put upon me to do. So in the morning, Abraham and his son Isaac and the hosts who had been with Abraham, Sodom, and Gomorrah assembled together. And Abraham spoke, saying, Word to, O God. The Spirit answered, saying, Take sticks and a torch and come to the summit of the hill over there. For you shall restore, look at this. You shall restore the rights of burnt offerings. So at this moment, a burnt offering, y'all, is a total decapitation of something and a total annihilation of it through fire. Right? So at this point, he know he's going to restore the rights of burnt offerings. But look at this. Abraham told the people that God had said, so they began, and Isaac carried the bundle of willows, such as basket makers use, saying, This will light the large pieces. But what will you burn for an offering, O Father? And Abraham said, God will provide. Look at this. Look how this goes. And when they ascended to the place, Abraham gathered logs and heaped them up, and Isaac placed the willows. Then the Spirit spoke, saying, What shall a man love above all things in the world? And Abraham said, God. And the Spirit said, For which reason you shall offer your only son Isaac as a burnt offering. Meaning he had to chop his head off. He had to chop his legs off. He had to yank his organs out, dissect him. He had to pour his blood out and make a blood border around the altar. And in the end, that dismembered son of his only son, would have had to be roasted up in smoke as a sweet-smelling flavor or a savor to the deity. So soon as Abraham finds out that, this burnt offering is supposed to be my only son, what does he do? Look at this. And it shall be testimony before your people that you will obey God even to the sacrifice of your own flesh and kin. Y'all, this is why the biblical narrative got all the brews saying they would kill their children. Because it ain't go this way we about to read, like we about to read. It went totally different in the Bible. Look at this. Abraham says, Show me that you are God, so that I may not err. For I have been commanded not to kill. And the Spirit departed away from Abraham, perceiving that he knew the higher law. Notice Abraham checked the inspiration of the false God and refused to sacrifice his son. The false God pump faking like he was Abraham's God departed, perceiving he knew the higher law. Once Abraham tried this evil angel spirit, he lost all his so-called power. Now you know how to deal with a dark spirit. Talk to me, Cosmo Curl.
Man, this is heavy. Heavy. Because he actually listened to what the God had been teaching him. The first thing he recognized was the inconsistency in the message. You had taught me my whole life, don't kill nothing, not even for my food. Now you want me to sacrifice my only son, who my wife gave to me, by the way, they say near 80 years old. So he a miracle anyway. That's why they called him Isaac. Right? So you have told me my whole life, don't kill nothing. Now you want me to kill my only son. Wait a minute. It's your son, then. You gave him to me. You kill it. You show me you for real, God. Because what you also told me was to test the spirit.
Always.
Always, at all times, test the spirit. Don't fear God, test God. A true God will always show up and show out. False God will run away from the light.
Woo. Look at that. And look, practical. Remember we read earlier, there's a practical guidebook to the spirit life. Abraham just was dealing with a spirit that was pump faking like it was his creator. It's God or his God. You see? Y'all, all you got to do, you ain't got to reinvent the wheel, as they say. Just apply what you just learned. You just learned. So whatever dark inspiration or force come over your mind, now you know how to handle it. Oh, no, I can't do that. I've been commanded not to kill. Oh, no, I can't do that. I've been commanded not to. Show me that you true in God, because I've been commanded not to steal. You see? And guess what? That spirit or that inspiration can't hang long around you, because you know the higher lights. You know the higher Lord. It ain't got no power and authority over you at the hint of suggestion. Come through suggesting something. Oh, no, he already know I'm on some bullshit. He already know it.
And notice, Abraham was not in a point of astoundment or fear, like you like to say. His knees wasn't knocking like a naked newborn.
Exactly.
When this spirit came up to speak to him, he said, "You God? All right, I'm Abraham. What you want? Oh, you want me to kill my child? Wait a minute. Wait. My whole life you told me don't kill nothing. Show me you God."
Right.
I don't believe it. What he basically told him to do was source up.
Yeah, you got to show that. You got to try.
You got to show that. I don't believe you, cuz.
Look, even the Bible says that. Try the spirit by the spirit. So why would you just so if the wind blow at enough atmospheric pressure across your earlobes, you're gonna be on go mode. You're gonna go kill something, steal something, rob something, hurt something. You know what I mean? There got to be some type of discernment. Yeah, you've been born with it. You know right from wrong. You know what you're supposed to be doing, but that's how you're supposed to handle a spirit. Don't be just so baffled by it or even afraid of it. Speak to it just like you'll speak to a scandalous nigga that knock at your door right now. What you gonna tell him? Get the hell off my porch. He knocking on my door trying to sell me nothing hot. You crazy? That you look just like you'll handle somebody that was trying to get you involved in something scandalous. You handle the same. You handle that inspiration or that spirit when it come knocking or skipping across your plate. Yeah, that's how you handle it. See, practical. Look at this. Abraham inquired concerning government, and God said to Abraham, "Look at this. You got Abraham's teachings in OWASP. On down to how government and administration is to be set up. It's just certain. Look, what I'm saying is we got to stop acting like certain things ain't what they are. You see, if I asked you to show me Abraham's teachings concerning governments, you wouldn't be able to show me that. Look at this.
They ain't got it.
Abraham inquired concerning government. And God said to Abraham to teach people to dwell together in peace, order, harmony, and love, being disciplined to these. What more is required? Y'all heard that? You think it's a chemistry equation, or you got to solve trigonometry? No, look at this. To teach people to dwell together in peace, order, harmony, and love, being disciplined to these. What more is required? Government belongs to the king's peoples. Abraham said, "Oh God, teach me more regarding these matters. For I am like one in a dark cellar groping about. Behold, my people are unlearned." God said, "Who is learned, I say to you? Who is learned? I say to you, he who knows the stars, rocks, mountains, valleys, and all that is living and dead, and the languages of the ancients, but does not know the Creator is unlearned." Look at that. Look at that. See? That don't fly over here.
Yeah. You thought you could come up here spitting all that scientific gargledy goop. You dig what I'm talking about? Strangely mixing truth and falsehood, and think you could just talk over people's head over here. No, we know how to piecemeal you out. We know how to sift you down to the bottom. Because he who knows if you can know all the sciences, every science in every language, but if you don't know the Creator, you are truly unlearned. You ain't as smart as you think you is. But he who knows the Creator is learned indeed.
Man, consider yourself blessed, boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in other words, y'all, we actually are beyond the people that the world think are so successful and you know that made it. This look, to know your maker or the Creator supersedes all that, y'all, by light years. Like the real, like you, in other words, we're the fakeness or the real learned brothers and sisters of the earth. Look at that. Look at that. Who else telling you about Creator in these days? Huh? Now all y'all saying Creator. Look at it. Look at this. It is better that your people dwell in tents and under trees, and their children roll on the ground and do not die, but grow strong in person and in spirit for the glory of the Creator, than to dwell like the king's peoples, in magnificent cities and in lust and death. To your God, your people are a most learned people. Look at this. Abraham inquired of the Lord concerning servitude. Look at this. Or slavery, bondage, right? Look at this. Abraham inquired of the Lord concerning servitude, and God answered him, saying, there is only one master, even the Creator. Your people shall be his servants only. But all people have loves. A damsel says to her lover, I will be your servant, and he marries her. A man says to another, your judgment is greater than mine, I will be your servant. And the man takes him in love to work for him. Therefore, for convenience sake, you may say master and servant. Nevertheless, my chosen shall not, in fact, have either masters or servants. My chosen, you chosen people, right? My chosen shall not, in fact, have either masters or servants. For the one shall not have authority over the other, except by love and free consent. And that's a shot at that boy that was on side net the other day. Boy, and told y'all that the God is a racist, and look, went through the Bible and proved his point. But look what God has to offer you. You either a slave or you a master over that way. What that Millie Mouth Negro say? Somebody got to pick my cotton. What? Dang. Somebody got to answer to the crack of my whip. What the Creator say though? My chosen shall not, in fact, have either masters or servants. For one shall not have authority over the other, except by love and free consent. Abraham asked concerning the products of labor. Look at this. Look at these high vibratorial teachings that you ain't getting nowhere else. Stop it.
Crazy part is how they connect with the teachings of Zarathustra.
Yeah.
It's still the same line of light.
Same line, bro. 3,000 years later.
3,000 years later. Come on.
We in a
3,100 years later. Excuse me, 3,100 years later.
3,100 years later. That's right. We can be exact to the date, can't we, Carol? Look at that. And it's the same line of light. You see? It's time to come up off the bigotry and all that. You got to let that go. You got to let that go. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Essenes and Nazarenes. They teach the same exact thing. Look at this. Abraham asked concerning the products of labor. God said to Abraham, what I have said regarding servants and masters also applies to the productions that come out of the earth. Nothing belongs to any man. Look at that. Huh? For all things are mine, says the Creator. Look at that. Nevertheless, for convenience sake, you may say this is his product or that belongs to another, but still he holds it only by his Creator's consent. Let all men render to the Creator his creations, for they are JHWH'S. After that, Abraham said, some men grow flax, some wool, and some corn, but the seasons do not bring forth alike to all. Others spin and weave, and others make butter and cheese. Look at that, cow. Bars. Bars. Others spin and weave, and others make butter and cheese. Yet this also happens. One man is strong, another weak. One rises with the sun and toils all day, another sits on the bank fishing. Now the products are brought in, lo and behold, there are no two that are equal. And God said, every man's matters between him and his Creator. According to diligence and industry, he rewards them in the end. Look at that. He who perceives this knows his heavenly Father. He who does not perceive it dwells in where? Darkness. Every man's matter is between him and his Maker. And according to diligence and industry, he rewards them in the end. If you understand that, you know your heavenly Father. If you don't, you dwell in darkness. Abraham said, shall the lazy be rebuked, and those that shirk be upbraided? Look at this. And God said, no, let all your people bring their products and cast them before you, saying, this is my sacrifice to Jehovah. You distribute it. And if some do not bring anything, neither rebuke them nor pity them. Neither rebuke them nor pity them. Look at this. They are the sons of your God. And if some decorate themselves with fine raiment or jewels, do not censor them. Your God searches their hearts. Look at that. Abraham asked concerning lands. God said, consider the way of your God. Did I go to the king and to the rich man and say, give me your sons and daughters? No, but I went to those who were despised by the king and the rich. And I said, come. And they came. And when you came here, did I say, take the king's lands or the rich man's? No, but I led you to that which was neglected and waste in the eyes of the king's peoples. And I said, this is your inheritance. It is sufficient for you and your people to buy burying places for the dead, which shall not be disturbed, but neither buy nor sell any other lands. Look at that. And after your people have improved the place and the king comes against you saying, I will have this land either by battle, either by purchase or by battle. You shall say no. You shall say no, neither by purchase nor battle shall you inherit that which is the Creator's. But if you desire the land, then I will give it to you without money and without battle. And it shall come to pass that my chosen, look at this. And it shall come to pass, now that you know, you ain't supposed to be standing up and shedding blood over no land. No land. We're supposed to learn from the mistakes of our forefathers. Learn from their mistakes. Right? This entire earth belongs to the Creator. Look at this. And it shall come to pass that my chosen shall be driven from place to place, where I will lead them, and they shall make the wastelands bloom like gardens, and the deserts yield ample harvest. For they shall dig wells and till the soil, and prove to the nations of the earth the glory of my work. So if some type of governmental force come against you, you're supposed to get up out of there, and guess what? We go turn something else into a paradise. That's how it works. Look at this. And they shall be cut down, driven away, and scattered. But I will come and gather them together. Their places shall be inherited by idolaters, idolaters, and worshipers of strange gods, who will build mighty temples. But my people shall not build that which endures in stone, wood, or iron. For they shall go from place to place. See, where a lot of people be, where's all the archaeology? And a lot of the faith was on the run. Was constantly moving around. For they shall go from place to place, proclaiming me and my works. But where they have been, there shall be nothing left on the earth to show their labors. Look at that. Look at that. But when I have taken them across all the earth, and they are scattered like dust before the wind, and no man can say, here is a nation of the children of Abraham. Lo, I will, look at this, I will raise up my voice for them, even I, the God of heaven and earth. And in that day, the idolaters, the idolaters, and worshipers of strange gods will be on the decrease, the wane, and their temples of stone and mortar will still be standing. But a voice shall go up from the whole earth, even from the remote nations of the earth, saying, what about those who laid the foundations of the temple of one God, even Jehovah? Those who were the sons and daughters of Abraham. Oh, if only my eyes could have seen the faithfulness of that labor. Oh, if you get some understanding, throw some eights up in the chat, man. Huh? We working today. We working today. Listen to all this high spiritual light coming out. Yeah, the light of the Creator echoes through your soul for the purpose of resurrection. If this doesn't resonate with you, it's because you're in darkness. On the path of declension, son of the great spirit, number 3, Brahma of India. 3953 BCE, Nazarene Acts of the Apostles. Once again, there are likewise. Look at this. Chapter 20. It said, there are likewise amongst the Bactrians and the Indian countries immense multitude of Brahmins. Brahma was a man.
Let them know, just for a point of context, where Bactria is. They're calling these people Indians, but Bactria is actually northeast Persia.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the Bactrian country is. So even though they're calling these people Indians, they're Indians in that area. In that area are called Persians, Negroes, Shemitic. You're saying the same thing when you say Indian.
Look at this. Look at this. It says, there are likewise amongst the Bactrians in the Indian countries immense multitude of Brahmins, who also themselves from the tradition of their ancestors and peaceful customs and laws neither commit murder, nor adultery, nor worship idols. So that means that they ain't into the worship of the lords and the gods and the saviors. Look at this. Nor have the practice of eating animal food. Look at that. Or never drunk, neither doing anything maliciously, but always fearing God. Look at that. And then he goes and in contradistinction to them. Look at this. And these things indeed they do, though the rest of the Indians commit both murders and adulteries, and worship idols, and are drunken, and practice other immoralities of this sort. So this is in the Nazarene Acts of the Apostles, right? Look at this. Be honest, this information is melting the false gods and ideologies that have taken up residence in the darkest and deepest recesses of your mind. How about the prophets and sons of light of the Creator have been in every division of the earth at every time period? Let go of the exclusiveness, bigotry, and hypocrisy. All who choose the Creator are chosen.
Hey, Mally, when you roll back up a little bit, did it say Persian?
Let me see. Yeah. Yep, right here.
Okay.
Right
here. Yeah.
Again, there is a custom among the Persians to marry mothers and sisters and daughters. In all that district, the Persians contract incestuous marriages. All right, now watch this. So now we're going to remember we're dealing with Brahma now, right? Now we got Peter, so-called Peter, quote unquote, first century, admitting that there are those who are called Brahmins who live the same way that we do. Live just like in the same. Let's go down to the 23rd arc cycle. So Abraham, Brahma, Po, and Iwata all lived during the same, born at the same time, and lived during the same period. Look at this. We go all the way over to 23. It was the arc cycle that lasted 2,400 years. The first number tells you how long the arc cycle lasted. The next number is the start date. The number next to that is when it ended. All right. Over here is Spita. That's the name of it. The Etherian over the arc cycle was a sister by the name of Serpenti or Mej. Her rank was an Orion chieftainess. And this was during the era, 3953 BC, of Abraham, Brahma, Po, and Iwata. Now we're going to go read about our boy Brahma. So you got people out there trying to tell you Brahma is Abraham. Abraham is Brahma. They were two different men who lived in two different parts or portions of the earth. All right. Chapter 14, first book of God, O.I. Speed. The first Bible of India, Vindu, being a Brahma, a man chosen by God for the children of India, Vindu. Giving an account of Brahma becoming an Isu of his labors, of his resurrection after death. Important note from Owaspi, this is Brahma the first. Let's get some context, okay? This is Brahma the first. An arc cycle later, a Dana later, a false god, Kabbalistes, using the name of Brahma, would do much destruction in India. And afterward, another self-god, Enochisa, falsely took the name Brahma. You see that? Look at this. Accordingly, it should be noted that Brahma the first had nothing to do with shaping modern Brahmanism. So you ain't getting this type of light nowhere else, because when you hear Brahma, you about blew a head gasket. Now them niggas over there talking about Brahma and that's something. Accordingly, it should be noted that Brahma the first had nothing to do with shaping modern Brahmanism. But the later false gods would pick up. But the later false gods would pick over the doctrines and twist or reject them according to their profitability to the false god. Y'all see that? When we talk about this son of the great spirit, we're not talking about a whole arc cycle later, how a false god took up the name and just did much destruction in India. We ain't talking about that. And when you hear Brahma coming from Owaspi, it is not to be confused with modern Brahmanism as you know it today. Cal, you got something to say on that, brother?
No, you cook it, bro. Cook.
Watch this. How they got over there like that. Now watch this. Now that we understand that, let's get into it. The angels of Hormuz, and remember, Hormuz is Yahweh or Jehovah. All right? It's just what he was called in that division of the earth. The angels of the Creator had prophesied, saying, out of your seed shall come one called Brahma, who shall have Suis. So hold on. Zarathustra had Suis. He was clairvoyant, meaning he could hear the spirit realm and converse with it. Okay. Abraham had Suis, and now Brahma has Suis. No, we're not talking about chop suey. We're talking about Suis. Okay, being a clairvoyant, the ability to hear and to speak with spirits. Look at this. Who shall have suites with power? Things that were revealed in Zarathustra. Because remember, Zarathustra lived 3,100 years earlier. Things that were revealed in Zarathustra have been lost, but shall be recovered in Brahma. Look at that. So that lets you know it's the same doctrine. See? Just 3,000 years later, the doctrine had already been, what Zarathustra put down. The earth naturally goes through cycles of darkness and light. So after 3,000 years, things get twisted and all that, and then we got to come into some more light and get some right understanding. Look at this. God spoke in Cosmon, modern times, saying, let no man say the beginning of the doctrine of one spirit began with Brahma, Abram, Poe, or Iwata. For since man walked upright on the earth, behold, I have said to him, you shall have only one God, even the Creator. And in the cycles of my times, I have raised up many who have comprehended my words, while others constantly put away the I am and raise up idols instead. Verse 13, but let all men understand who and what is meant by the terms Poe, Abram, Brahma, and Iwata, which is that though I walk the earth with these men, teaching and speaking through them, yet none of them was idolized by men. Look at that. Yet none of them was idolized by men. For the nations of the earth in the time of these 4 men comprehended that they were not gods. But men, through whom and to whom I, God, had spoken. Look at that. See, in the ancient times, they knew Abraham, Brahma, Poe, Iwata, and Zarathustra were not gods. They knew they were just men, vessels through whom the Creator spoke. Look at this. Look what Brahma says. Brahma said, do all men have stars? Behold, since my childhood, I've had a star above my forehead. No man could answer Brahma. They said Brahma is foolish, even with all his wisdom. Brahma asked the star, who are you? God said, I am your star. I am the light of the second heavens. Brahma asked, what is your name, O star, you mysterious light? God said, call me Ormaz. Listen to this. I am the same light that spoke to Zarathustra in his time. See, now you got the connection. See that? A whole arc cycle later, you got the connection. It's the same line of light going back to what Cosmon Cal said earlier. There it is. First book of God, chapter 14, verse 19. I am the same light that spoke to Zarathustra in his time. Brahma asked, who are you, O Ormaz? Remember, Or is light, Maz is master. Ormaz means the master light. Okay? So Brahma asked, who are you, O Ormaz, you voice of light? God said, you shall commune with one only, even your Creator. You shall worship one only, even he who made you alive. Remember, this is the same line of light Zarathustra was speaking. Same line of light that was on Zarathustra is on Abraham, it's on Brahma. And it's on Abraham and Brahma at the exact same time. That's the powerful thing about this. Creator cast 4 lines of light at the same time in 4 different divisions of the earth. And these men taught the exact same thing. They were born at the same exact time. You feel me? You can't make this up, man.
And you remember, just to double it down on the folks, remember you showed them before that the Creator does the same thing everywhere. He says, I won't have a Lord in this part and a Lord in this part and a Lord in this part, and they're each talking different doctrines. So how can we have sects of Brahmanism or sects of Israelites or different sects of or African spiritualities, different sects of Shinto, different sects of Confucianism? You see what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that. With all different competing and compounding views, you dig what I'm saying? The Creator is one. And now you seeing it in effect. The thing that Abram taught is the same exact thing that Brahma taught. It's the same exact thing that Zarathustra taught. But what a YHWH reveals to us is they are all of the same people. It's not just, right, the line of light is the same and it's just coming through different people, that the line of prophets, wherever they are in the world, genetically is the same, because it comes out of iron stock, mound builder stock. This is the common connection between all the prophets physically. Their mothers.
Hey, I noticed that as I was running, as I was putting this together, I noticed that. I noticed that. I said, dang, that's the connection.
He says all the prophets are the same people.
Yeah.
So it starts to make sense when you see a brown-skinned, red-haired Chinese man.
Yeah.
And then they go on to name the whole country after him. When you see that all the great prophets were melanated, right? Salute Lou Shu.
My brother.
He been doing some crazy work with the
he has, man.
Yeah, with the AI.
I'm just not catching up. Like, dang, boy.
Man, with the AI and all that stuff, man, that's crazy. And you know, it's that same line of light. He said, I'm not gonna have my teachers teaching one thing over here and something else over here.
Right.
That would be contradictory.
Exactly.
And Creator is not the cause of confusion. The gods are. The gods are the authors of the confusion. Creator cleans it all up. You know what I mean? That's the difference.
That's powerful, man. Look at this. Look at this.
Call me Ormaz, the master of light.
Woo! Boy, I know you felt that, boy. You feel that run up your spine. Whoa!
Master of light. But it's even more complex than that. It's not just the master of light. It's the master light.
The master light. Yeah, the master light. Yeah. I am the same light that spoke to Zarathustra in his time. That's powerful. There's a connection. Look at this. Brahma asked, who are you, O Ormaz, you voice of light? God said, you shall commune with one only, even your creator. You shall worship one only, even he who made you alive. Brahma said, why have you taken up your abode above my head? Look at this. Look at this. This is powerful. God said, attain to be one with your creator in wisdom, goodness, and purity. Remember purity. And you shall answer your own questions.
And look, look, to go back a little bit, go back a little bit to 22, I think that is. Brahma asks him, I want y'all to understand what he's asking, right? Because remember, this is modern English, but it's still in the 1880s, right? Brahma asks him, why have you taken up abode above my head? What he's asking him is, why are you speaking in my mind?
Yes, yes.
Right?
God said, attain to be one with your creator in wisdom, goodness, and purity, and you shall answer your own questions. That's powerful.
Excuse me, Malachi. I just happened to notice I haven't heard anything evil yet.
At all.
I was trying to, you know, I was waiting to stop the button and get me a call time. You dig what I'm talking about? So I can say, Malachi, Macabee, see what he said. He did. I ain't seen nothing yet.
Nah, bro.
I ain't even seen nothing evil.
This stuff out of this world. And the beautiful thing is, y'all, we're walking you down through history. It's going in sequential order.
We done went from 9,000 to 6,000 years ago, and we just gonna keep on coming.
Yeah, and show you at different time periods when these sons of light were at and what they were teaching, right? And look, and that bears record and witness of itself of what you should be doing today. Come on, man. You feel me? It ain't hard. Eat my Robbie Dobson. I just was thinking about you yesterday. Ain't heard from you in a minute. Iman, how you and your family doing? My sister KanaYAH Bot, y'all. Love, light, and harmony. I just was thinking about you yesterday. Look at this. Read this again. God said, attain to be one with your creator in wisdom, goodness, and purity. You should answer your own questions. Then Brahma applied to the Rabbah, the Zarathustrian priests. And he learned self-abnegation.
Wait a minute. So are they saying that Brahma is a practicing Zarathustrian?
Hey, that's what it sounds like, Cosmon Cow. Now, hold on now. Now, hold on now.
Wait a minute. So that meant Abram was a practicing Zarathustrian.
Here you go, always. I hear you go, always connecting the dots, Cosmon Cow.
Man. He went to, first of all, and then notice this: the rabbi comes from Zarathustrian religion, not the Hebrews.
That's right. That's right, brother.
You ain't gonna get a Hebrew nothing for another 3,000 years.
3,000 more years.
A Hebrew Nathan.
Hey, look.
Nathan.
Man, this is marvelous. Look at this. Then Brahma applied to the Rabbah, the Zarathustrian priest, and he learned abnegation of self and the rites and ceremonies of the ancients. Okay. See, and you get your rites and ceremonies directly from the lords in them. They go from the priests. The priests get them directly from the lords, the spirits, the ones they in communion with in the Holy of Holies, in the temples that are standing. They get the rites and ceremonies because this is what's played out in the heavens. They get the rites. The priests directly get these things, and then they're taught to mortals. The rites and ceremonies. That way you be in unison with the ancestors or in unison with the brothers and sisters who are still faithists in what we know as the unseen realm. You see?
And not only in the unseen realm, but in other continents.
Exactly.
This is how you gonna know who when you see them. You always know Crips when you see them because they bang on you. They throw up a symbol, a sign.
Yeah.
When you gonna always know Bloods, regardless of what color they come in, because when they hit you, they gonna speak a certain way, and they're gonna act a certain way, and they're gonna symbolize a certain way to prove who they are without telling you.
Facts.
Right? So this is the same thing being practiced in the oneness of Zarathustrian, or the beginning of all light on the planet being descended to man 9,000 years ago.
Hey, so Zarathustrian. So when you read Zarathustra or Zarathustrian law or anything in here, you can say faithist basically. A Zarathustrian is a faithist.
Facts.
Or a faithist or Zarathustrian.
Facts.
Okay, so when y'all read, because you get into certain parts of Owaspy where you reading about Zarathustra and the Zarathustrian law and the Ahumazdian law and the, you know what I mean, the Ormazdian or the Jehovian law and all that, it seems crazy to you. You feel me? Understand that modern faithism is that. It comes from Zarathustra. Right. On down, passed on down, same line of light through the ages. That's powerful, man.
Ain't changed a bit in 9,000 plus years.
Dang, that's crazy. When Brahma was grown up, God said to him, arise tomorrow, my son, and I will lead you into another country where you shall marry and settle down for a long season. Brahma said, peace will have been my slumbers and joy is my wakeful hours all my life. I have made labor a pleasure, and I give all I have to the poor, doing your commandments with all my wisdom and strength. For my youth up, I have not killed. Look at what Brahma's saying. For my youth up, I have not killed any living creature of yours that goes on the earth or swims in the waters or flies in the earth. Nor have I eaten. Look at how Brahma getting down. Look at this. Nor have I eaten anything that had ever breathed the breath of life. Wow. 6,000 years ago, they was already up on this whole modern plant-based thing. They was already on this 6,000, 9,000 years ago, man. They was already living like this. You see? It's the reason why all the higher teachings promote being vegetarian, eating vegetation and fruits. There's a reason why. Look at this. Look at this. And I have been most abstemious in plain food and water only, according to the Zarathustrian law. Hear me, O Amaz. Hear me, O Creator, for I will open my soul to you and hold nothing back. Amaz said it as well. Look at Brahma. Brahma wasn't playing, boy. If you're getting some understanding, throw some sevens in the chat, man. We on Son of the Great Spirit number 4. Poet Japheth. 3953 BCE, Ark of Speeder, baby. 23rd Ark cycle after the creation of mortals. Started in 3953 BC, ended in 1553 BC. Next Ark cycle was the Ark of Bond. See that? Once you know the time in the Ark cycles, you can get out here and really slice and dice. So Abraham, Brahma, Poe, and Iwata were all raised up at the same time and all a part of the same line of light in the different divisions of the earth. We talked about Zarathustra so far. We talked about Abraham so far. We just finished talking about Brahma. Next, we're gonna get into Poe. Talk to me, Cal.
And then roll back up just 1 second real quick so they can visualize this. Right up there, show Poe and them again on the chart. What y'all need to understand is this light had been blasted to the 4 major regions of the world, and the name and the men correlate to regions of the world. Abraham in the Middle East and Africa. Brahma, right? In Persia and India. Poe in Asia, or Yaphet, which is China and Russia, and Iwata in America.
Ooh, Granddaddy Iwata, boy.
Already all at the same time, saying the same thing. All of them talking that Zarathustrian. You dig what I'm talking about? Which comes out to still be Algonquin. Watch Iwata set up America. Watch Iwata put America together. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all not ready. He about to put the United States together 6,000 years ago.
Yes. Look, it's in this
The United
presentation.
States came in 1776. Oops, you bumped your head.
Yeah, it's in this presentation. I was looking at that. I say, boy, there go the whole origin of the United States. He had 40 United Nations over here in this land.
Right now, in North America. We only talking North America.
I'm like, whoa.
Come on. Come on. Man, your grandmama ain't never told you was from no African tribe. She said, no, baby, you got them high cheekbones because you got a little Blackfeet in you. You got a little Choctaw. You got a little YAH'KI. You got a little Iroquois in you. No, you got some Timucua and some Seminole. That's where she said you got them cheekbones from. Huh? She ain't never told you was from the Mbutu tribe of the Congo. She never told you was a Batwa sub-Saharan African hunter-gatherer. No, she said, you just a little bit Algonquin, baby. You come from the Delaware. Little dog. My dog just got the zoomies. Hold on, let me put him up. This nigga went crazy.
You all good.
I got hype. He got hype. What's up?
we about to cook. So we dealing with Poe now. 3953 BC. First book of God, OISP, chapter 3. We got understandings going forth. I see 7s in the chat. Let's work. Look at this. Look at this. Does everybody think it's a game? What you think? You playing? Look at it. From Z Wing, God raised up prophets for 7 generations. Z Wing begot Dope Z, who begot Yin, who begot Heini, who begot Lan Siang, who begot D Hoochie, who begot Holan, who begot Po, who was an Isu in birth. meaning passionless, really ain't no earthly desires, right? When Poe was still very young, the voice of God came to him saying, be steadfast in the doctrines of your forefathers. Look at this. Look at this. Eating neither fish nor flesh. Look at that. Brahma just said the same thing. And Brahma was teaching what Zarathustra taught and what Abraham taught. Same thing. Look at this. God came to him saying, be steadfast in the doctrines of your forefathers, eating neither fish nor flesh. Your God will not only preserve you alive, but you shall gather together the scattered tribes of who? Zarathustrians. There it go again. The faithless, and reestablish them in this great land. That's the land of Asia, Japheth, or what you know today is China. But notice, the faithless are the Zarathustrians. We went and showed you Zarathustra earlier and what he taught. And a whole 3,100 years later, these four men get raised up, you feel me, and are under the same line of light from the Creator through God who dealt with Zarathustra. Look at that. Look what's being taught. In those days, many of the Zarathustrians were celibates, and the king saw his people being reduced by war. So he made a law against celibacy, commanding all men to marry and all women to bring forth children or be put to death. Dang. Look at this. When Poe was grown up, God said to him, behold, you cannot fulfill the law, for you are Esau born. But I will fetch you a wife like you, who is also barren. But you two shall be blessed with 3 children, and you shall call them Wanli, Togan, and Zilu. And it came to pass that a woman of Hangi with 3 adopted children escaped from the tyranny of Diwan, fleeing for the southern tribes of Hisi, Guao, and Yo, and Guangu. And Poe married her. And her name was who? A toe-down G. Hold on, man. Poe woman name is a toe-down G. I'm not making this up, am I? Man, you can't make this type of stuff up, man. Look at this. A toe-down G. And Poe married her and named her a toe-down G. Hey, man. Cal, talk to me. Hey, man.
Hey, man. But look, it makes you understand that you need to step your game up in these other countries, because many times these people are spiritually and genetically your people. Uh-oh. You got the epicanthic fold. You got that good ha.
Yeah.
Huh? Are you blue black with blonde hair? You may have some of this Poe genetic in you too. We call it the remnant of these people today are called Southeast Asians.
Talk to us.
All you got to go do is look. Go ahead, brother.
Man. Her name is a toe-down G, my brother. Ain't that what that say?
A toe-down G. Man, that's cold.
Cold game. Let's keep cooking, though. Watch this. A toe-down G. All right, right here. Poe was 20 years old when he married, and he went with his wife and 3 children to the country of Hingadi, which name signified brotherland, and he labeled it Scutching, flax and hemp. And God came to Poe saying, what is the extent of your fidelity to the All-Highest light? Same thing that was asked to Abraham. Basically, you know what I mean? Poe said, I will obey him in all things. God said, would you sacrifice your 3 sons if commanded by your Creator? Look at this. Look at this. Poe said, they are the Creator's, not mine. How dare I sacrifice that which is another's? Look at this. Look at this. God said you are wise. You know the who law? The Ormazdian law, or the Jehovian law, or the law of the creator. Huh? Same thing from Zarathustra on down to Poe, where we at right now. Ooh, wait, look at this. First book of God, chapter 4. Oh, I speed, your head shot. Now, while they were thus discoursing, the light in the form of a triangle came and rested on Poe's head. And the word 10 was inscribed on the sides of the triangle. That's crazy because 10 is something that's still known over in Asia or China. 10. Look at this. The governor said, what does this signify? And Poe, being under the influence of the light of God, said, call me 10. I am the Father, Rabbah, over all the living. I write in the sand and speak in the mouths of my sirs and prophets. He whom you call Poe is my son, begotten for the deliverance of my chosen out of the bondage of Han and his sub-kingdoms. Y'all see this? Accordingly, the learned men of these provinces were called together to learn through Poe. Well, this nigga Poe was cold too, Cosmo. I gotta keep it real with you. I read this story and was like, man, this cat was cold. Look at this. To learn through Poe about God and the mysteries of earth and heaven, and especially about the great monarchy. When these councils were assembled, God cast his light upon Poe, and they all saw it. And the words Poe spoke were called God's words, that they or. And they learned the wisdom of God word by word, repeating them over and over until memorized, which was called learning by the mouth, as distinguished from learning by books and tablets. They had to commit these things to memory, the word of God. After so much repetition, you had it. And that was called learning by the mouth, right? Look at this. These then that follow are the sacred laws given through Poe by God, or 10. Look at this. Boy, walk you down with this old waspy, boy. Walk you down.
Cold.
Look at this.
Poe cold.
Go ahead, Kelly. What you saying?
Y'all better pay attention to Poe.
Hey, dude.
Poe is cold. This one of the coldest prophets on the earth.
Yeah, dude was on one.
Listen, man. And then listen what he just exposed to y'all too. That there is a earlier Han dynasty.
Yes.
All you got to do is look up the Shang Han or the Black Han, right? They go back 6,000 years. We're talking about the earliest Hans, right? They are recorded in history. He's saying he's freeing his people from that oppression. Not the Han circa 250.
See that?
Different Han.
An earlier Han dynasty. See that?
Yep, the early Han dynasties. Look it up.
Look at this. These then that follow are the sacred laws given through Poe by God, of 10. Look at this. Look at his word. Seek to bring forth heirs that will be a glory to your creator. Do not marry because of the impulse of the beast, the animal nature of man, but consider your own spirit and the spirit of your spouse. Do not shut yourself up in celibacy, but multiply and adorn the earth. Your creator provided milk for the infant, but with the coming of teeth, you shall provide for their service also. Look at this. Feed him according to the Ormazdian law, or the Jehovian law, the law of the creator. To make him a warrior, give him fish and flesh. To make him patient and strong with docility, remember the camel and the axe, feeding on the herbs that grow on the earth. Those of 10 forswear the first and espouse the second, eating herbivorously. Look at that. See that? Even down to the same diet, y'all. Huh?
Jaja ain't missed nothing.
Even down to not killing animals for the sake of sacrifice or for the sake of your palate in your mouth. Even down to marriage. Hold on.
Waspy don't miss nothing. It teach you how to wash your hind parts and brush your teeth.
Come on, man.
and then tell you to pray at night before you go to bed. A waspy ain't missed nothing.
Man, bro. This is amazing. Look at this right here. The fullness of earth knowledge requires marriage. Pay attention, y'all. Yet the bondage after death holds the spirit of man for 6 generations to his own heirs. 6 generations is 198 years. You see? So the more children you actually have, the more time you got to hang out in the lower heavens before you can advance higher. That even, I would assume that would even go for men who have multiple women, multiple wives.
Absolutely.
I would assume the same thing. You ain't doing nothing but incurring more bondage on yourself.
Right. That's it. You're curing more bondage.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you responsible for that which is yours. You know what I mean? It don't mean like you gonna burn and all that shit and forever, but look, you just know you won't be advancing or graduating as fast as the brother with one wife and not as many children. Watch this. Yet the bondage after death holds the spirit of man for 6 generations to his own heirs. By celibacy, look at this. By celibacy, a man's soul is not bound after death by the love he bears his children to linger on or near the earth, and he may ascend quickly into paradise. See that? See that? Look at this. The man or woman who was sick, sickly, chronically infirm, or deformed, blind, deaf, with running sores, or with hidden sickness, shall not marry, nor bring forth heirs. Makes sense. You know what I mean? Because it passes on to the children, right? Nor shall man take sorrow to his soul for this. For it is the testimony of the Father that his race is emancipated from the earth. Look at that. Look, every which way, man. Whether you have a lot of children, a big family, or you don't, you feel me? It's all fair and even keel dealing with Creator, man. It's all fair. Why wouldn't you be responsible for the children that you sired into this earth? Why? That responsibility leave just because you died? I don't think so.
How could that be? Your soul lives forever.
Go ahead, Carol. Talk to us.
Yeah, how could that possibly be? In whatever religion you are, it teaches you that your soul lives forever. How could you not be responsible for not only your children, but the children they produce? You caused this snowball to start rolling. You must now raise everybody up to the 6th generation for the next 200 years.
Good night, boy.
So there are benefits to those who don't have children. Exactly. Right? You will rise faster. But it's not like you're not gaining power, information, and things here, but you will be responsible for those that come after you.
Death doesn't get rid of your responsibility, man. It's just what it is. Look at this. Remember, those who marry are chosen by the Creator to raise up offspring for the glory of heaven and earth. Look at that. And they shall.
So it's a purpose behind it. And you didn't even know. You ain't know why you like that little nappy head piece of girl. You ain't know why. Huh? You ain't know she had that line of light in her that was going to allow y'all to, when y'all got together, y'all was going to breed children better than both of you were.
Facts.
Remember, Goddess, not God, today, Goddess, say she not here to tell y'all what's right or wrong. To tell y'all to save the sinners or to help the poor. You already know all that. She's saying, I'm coming to breed a new race. Let that sink in. And it's going to be the best of the best of the best of all the genetics from all the people. Those people, the faithless, the amalgamated groups, will go on to dominate this planet till man goes extinct. This is the importance of a WASP today. Y'all better catch on. Keep cooking, Malak.
Man, look at it. They say right here, remember that those who marry are chosen by the Creator to raise up offspring for the glory of heaven and earth. And they shall dwell together in peace, love, and harmony. First book of God, chapter 5. Getting some understanding. Throw some ones up in the chat, y'all. We rolling. We walking right on down through time and showing the Creator's methodology in raising up sons of light and how they all taught the same thing. And look, and if we had the sense of a damn ant, we would be on the same path. Same exact path. Same line of light. You know what I mean? This is why they fear OWASP. Fear it. Because it exposes the false gods everywhere. Everywhere. That's the crazy part, man. Everywhere. It's like, good night. Let's see what else Poe's talking about. Shout out to the OG, man. Each and every caste shall remain by itself. All of them are worthy before me. You hear what Creator's saying? No matter what you find yourself, rich or poor or middle class or whatever, Creator say, look, all of them are worthy before me and are equally my children. Look at this. What else did Poe teach? Because I ain't heard nothing evil yet. It's a whole bunch of hot breath from these mealy-mouthed misfits. Look at this, verse 15. You should not kill for food to eat. Anything that breathes the breath of life. You hear this? You should love to search for your Creator in all things, on and in the earth, in the waters and in the air above the earth. You should love to search for all that is good in your neighbor, but to excuse all the evil that is in him. You should keep the sacred days of your God and cause all your people to rejoice in the delightful creations of your Creator. Remember that all men are alike in the temple or house of your God. For even as death lays the high and the low alike, so is the standard of my people in a house I have built. Look at that, boy. You should respect the opinions of all men. Look at that. Look at that. WASP gets rid of this, the superiority you may have. You should respect opinions of all men, for even you may be in error. You should speak only a little of yourself. Look at that. That's hard for some of us. You look up somebody, when you find somebody always bumping their chops about themselves. Look at this. You should speak only a little of yourself or of anything that is yours, for all others have a history also. You ain't the only one that did what you did, or you know what I mean? Look at this. You shall make yourself compatible to others in all righteousness. First book of God, chapter 6. John Lee inquires, since a man dies in a few years at most, why shall he strive and learn things that pertain to the earth? God said, all learning, listen to this, y'all. Listen to this wisdom. Powerful. Look at this. All learning is like a gymnasium to the spirit. Knowledge is the strength of the soul. Look at it. You shall teach all things to your sons and daughters, perfecting them in the talents created with them. First to useful labors, second to learning, third to music and art, and sculpture and painting, fourth to mining, and fifth to perfectness, or what? Perfecting thyself, advancing thyself. Look at that. And you shall intersperse labor and learning with recreation. See? You ain't just learning. They got to have fun while they doing it. Learning, it says labor and learning with recreation, not only in the rites and ceremonies, but in the harmless games, as in dancing, racing, and playing. And for the old as well as the young. See, you both be having a good time growing in Jaja. Look at this. Right. Cultivating, growing joyous hearts. For these are outspoken words of glory to the Great Spirit, boy.
That's heavy. That's heavy. That is heavy. Cultivating joyous hearts. Because joyous hearts, for these are outspoken words of glory. That's deep, man.
Yeah, that is deep, bro. Man, the credit is marvelous, man. Let's get into the Son of the Great Spirit, number 5, Iwata of Guatemala, America. Same time period, same exact time, born at the same time. Iwata of America, Abram of Arabia, Brahma of India, and Poe of China, or Japheth, all were born at the same time and doing the work at the same time, which is 3953 before the Common Era, roughly 6,000 years ago. See, I told y'all we're going to be referencing these timetables of prophecy all presentation. Why? Because whoever called themselves on the opposite side of us, guess what? They don't got nothing like this. They don't got nothing like this. This is clearly above their pay grade. There ain't nobody on the HOK bringing out no timetables of prophecy and giving you 3953 to 1553 BCE. There ain't nobody running time down like the gang over here. Stop it. You show me. Look at this. Let's get into Granddaddy Iwata, man. Let's get into Granddaddy Iwata, Kyle. What we talking about?
Man.
What we talking about,
For real, man. They talk about the prophet of everybody else. They talk about Abba. They talk about Brahma. They talk about even Poe, even the great Chinese and Confucius. They all confuse them up together anyway. Yeah. But they talk about them, but they don't never talk about the great prophet of America.
Nobody ever talks about it. Ain't a spiritual text out there that even other than YAH'S where you about to read about him in.
You ain't. You ain't. It ain't in no Quran. It ain't in no Buddhist text. It ain't in no Brahmin text. It ain't in no African spirituality. Huh?
Come on, man. We gotta be real with ourselves, don't we? Now look at this. This right here is a sister. Got her baby wrapped around her. Look what the bottom of that card say. What that say, Carol?
America.
America. America. America, huh? Look at that sister.
That's right.
Chapter 24, first book of God, OSB, headshot. The first Bible of Guatemala, America, being of Iwata, a man chosen by God for the children of Guatemala.
Guatemala means 4 tribes. It's the America anciently is called the land of the 4 tribes, or the great land of the crossing. This is why you find the cross in America older than any place on earth.
Man, that's so wild because I'm part of a rap group called the 4th Tribe.
See?
You can't make this stuff up, man. You just can't, man. Now look at this. Look at this so we can get some understanding real quick, right? It says, in Guatemala, in the Middle Kingdom, Central America, by the Sea of Sociapan, Gulf of Mexico, down from heaven came who? Geechee, the creator. The world maker, Manito, with silence speaking in the soul of things. He said, speak, O earth, have eyes, O earth, have ears, O earth, behold me, your maker. Chapter 26, first book of God. And he spoke, saying, hear, O great spirit, here I am. And the great spirit said, who are you, my son? And he answered, I am son of the creator. Then asked the great spirit, of what tribe? Listen to Iwata's answer. Of what tribe? And he answered, my flesh is nothing. My genealogy is of the spirit of the Ayin. There it go, Kyle. My mother of the Ahuin, my father. Man, oh,
let me explain to you what he just said.
Come on.
He said, my flesh don't mean nothing. The genealogy of my spirit does. He said, my mother is an iron, a mound builder. My father is an Ahuin, the large copper-colored Negroidal people, megalithic builder of America. So I have the mound builder and the megalithic builder as my parents. I am Indian, the great Angui. Huh? This is how you get in us. You got to mix the real smart people with the real physical people, and you get an Indian.
And you get an Angui, you get a nigga, an Anguigan.
An Anguigan, a modern Negro.
A modern Negro. Boy, look at that there, man. Look at it. And remember, this 6,000 years ago, y'all. 6,000 years ago. And then you notice how all these prophets got, look, Ayin, Ahuin. Every last one of these sons of light, boy.
And then Creator goes on to say there's only one Ahuin race left on the planet. And they are in North America. And they are called the American Indian. Let it sink in. The Negro is the Ahuin, is the Indian. Didn't it just say it? To produce the great American prophet, they had to make a mound builder and a megalithic builder get together, right? That created an Angui, or a Negro. The one of America today is modernly called American Indian, misnomer that's Black, African.
Look, there he is.
There he is.
There he is right there. The Anguigan. The Angui.
These are the physical representations.
Descendants of the mound builders and the megalithic builders. A blend of the Ayin and the Ahuin.
Right.
You blend them together, and this is what you get.
You get a nigga.
And this is in where? America 6,000 years ago, y'all. That's
yeah, this 6,000 years ago, y'all. Keep that in mind. This ain't nothing new.
So look what he want to say. And he answered, my flesh is nothing. My genealogy is of the spirit, of the Ayin, my mother, of the Ahuin, my father. Then said the Creator, for which reason I named you Iwata, spirit and flesh, evenly balanced. Best of men. Talk to me, cows, my cow.
Come on, man. I ain't got to say nothing. The best of men right here in America. I ain't saying it. Your Creator said it. The best of men come out of America. And then he goes on to compound it and say, I put you here on purpose and ain't no more like you nowhere in the world.
Headshot.
Right here. Ain't nothing, you right, Lady Spade. Ain't nothing Asian about him. No. He Mississippian and he megalithic builder. He's a modern Negro, the best of men, spirit and flesh, evenly balanced. This why you so pretty. This why you so athletic. This why you able to pull songs out of nothing. We the greatest people in the world at turning nothing to something that is spiritual function. Where did you get it from? You got it from an even balance of your mound builder stock. And you got it from another even balance of your megalithic copper color builder stock called Ayin and Ahuin. See, they talk about it. Yeah, this is why I keep telling y'all I'm the coldest with this Aboriginal history. They talk about mound builders, but they ain't told you what the mound builders said about themselves. They ain't gave you not damn bit of American nationality. They ain't gave you none ethnicity. not a little bit of culture. They ain't gave you no science, no technology, no engineering, no math. You didn't tell you were the best of men.
Man.
And you come from America. And the best of the best in America come out of the United States. Huh? They don't explain that to you. But they'll teach you to hate an African. Not knowing that your forefathers in America went over there too. Taught them people too.
Hey, and Cal, what time period is this? Because Iwata and them doing all types of agriculture, engineering, all type of stuff getting built. All types of advancements going down.
BC, this 6,000 years ago.
Okay, so what was going on with Egypt and Kemet in 3953?
It wasn't no Egypt. It wasn't no Egypt, wasn't no Kemet. Y'all trying to borrow off the Sumerians and the Mesopotamians, so-called Nubians and Canaanites who would have predated you. Remember, it takes the combining of two lands to create Egypt. Well, what was those two lands? Canaan and Nubia. Huh? Who gave them the science? The science came from your iron ancestors. Let it sink in. He just told you, you are evenly balanced of flesh and spirit. You are the best of the best of men, and there ain't no more like you. There ain't no more. Huh?
Man.
Waspi even goes on to further to say that this nigger blood in America is the catalyst. It's the catalyst. Huh? The great Algonquin spirits have always praised the great spirits. No gods, no Lord gods, no lords, no saviors, no messiahs, no people born of a woman. It is your blood that the new evolution of humans will be bred through. You are the catalyst stock to breed what Waspi calls the Cosmon or Omega Man, the best men. Wake up and come home. Jaja didn't turn the light on.
Man, I'd like to give a shout out to my man, my granny. The mother of my father, right here. Straight from Mississippi, Aboriginal grandmama.
She sure don't look like no mongoloid to me.
Hey, look at you. Do y'all see her hair?
Look at her hair.
That's not a perm. That ain't no weave. That's my grandmama.
That's an American Indian. 100%. Stop. Just understand this. We just told you to make an Indian, you come from the 4 tribes. That means you got every single phenotype in the world. Every single phenotype that can be produced. Brown with good hair, brown with short hair, brown with red hair, brown with blonde hair, brown with curly hair, brown with lake hair, brown with it. And then every other color and every other phenotype, the epicanthic fold, the undershot jaw, the trochanter jaw, the flat nose, the high nose, we come in every single flavor. And we don't need admixing to get straight hair.
You see what I'm saying? hey, man, may Granny rise in power, man. She been gone about 10 years now. She'd have been her mid-90s. Her birthday just passed on the 27th. So I was reminiscing over yesterday and the day before. You know what I mean? And I got this picture. My sister sent me this picture. That's my father's mother. That's my grandmama.
Rise in power, Granny.
House boy, she done whooped my ass about 1,000 times with a switch.
Granny on nurse status right now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
We know where grandma at. We know what she doing.
Yeah.
Grandma positioned by now.
Yeah, man.
She didn't have to learn the lesson life.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Listen, couldn't be no Malaki Macabee if not for this lady. What y'all not getting? This ain't just a thing of the spirit. It's a thing of the seed. She had to have faith this in her too. Where'd she get it from?
Exactly. Exactly.
She
Straight
was
from,
always
hey,
here.
straight from
Her
Mississippi.
mama was
She
here.
was taking
Her
me to
mama was in America.
She used to take me to Mississippi in the summertime.
But she knew where she was from.
Yeah, Mississippi, Macon, Mississippi, Knox-UB County.
But then hold on. I got to show you that your creator is great. If he can do this on this end with the straight hair, ain't there a white boy Indian too? He looked just like a white boy. He 100% nigga, a Indian. Don't creator gotta do that? Doesn't he have to create that? If he the creator, he gotta create it. It must be.
Man,
so you got a whole bunch of people that you hating on, calling white folks that ain't never came from Europe. They Americans too. They 100% niggas too. And I'm talking nigga like this, just with light skin. You don't think if they keep breeding back with each other, that becomes just a light-skinned nigga? Because it's not albinism that turns you white. No. Because they're white Europe, they're albino Europeans, albino Asians, albino Africans, albino Americans. It's an albino in every people stock in the world. How? If it's recessive? Huh? For it to be in every people stock, it would have to be at one time the dominant gene. We gonna have to get past the color.
Got to, bro. You gotta get past it.
Get past the color. You gotta look at what they're doing. Their nature, their character, their deeds, their thoughts, their words. That's what tells you what they are. They could tell you they oranges all day, but when they producing these red sweet fruits with black seeds in the middle, and you make apple juice out of them, they're not oranges just because they say they were. You hear me? You can tell me what you are all day, but what you show me proves what you are.
The real spill. Look at this, Carol. Look at this. Then said the creator, for which reason I named you YAH'KI, spirit and flesh evenly balanced. That also means cosmon, don't it? I named you YAH'KI, spirit and flesh evenly balanced, best of men. Come with me. Walk along with me. You shall reinstate the tribes. You shall reinstate the tribes of men. Deliver them out of darkness. Make them worshipful. YAH'KI said, I am your servant.
That mean the tribes, listen, that mean the tribes existed before even YAH'KI did.
Exactly.
Because he is reinstating them.
Yeah, good point. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that means something happened. That means something happened. Okay, let's go.
YAH'KI said, I am your servant, O great spirit. What shall I call you so that the tribes of men shall no longer be distrustful? Then answered the creator, call me after the wind, O YAH'KI. YAH'KI said, how after the wind? The great spirit said, come with me, my son. Then YAH'KI walked along and came to a place where the wind blew in the leaves. The creator said, tell me, my son, what does the wind and the leaves say? And YAH'KI answered, eh. Then the creator took YAH'KI to the big seawater and asked, what does the wind and the water say, my son? And YAH'KI answered, go. Then the Creator took Iwata to the high crags, the rocks above the clouds, piercing where the wind whistled. He said, "What does the wind say, my son?" And Iwata answered, "Queen." And the Great Spirit said, "Call me Ego Queen, oh my son. I am 3 in 1. I am 3 in 1. The earth and all that is in and on the earth, and all the stars, moon, and sun, they are one of my members." Look at that, boy.
Glory.
And the herb of the earth, the Anton T is another member of my person. And higher yet,
Antotia is another word for atmosphere.
Atmosphere, right there, right?
Yup.
And higher yet, in the higher place above the earth, is the ether, the great penetrator. Look at that there, boy.
Glory.
Look at that there. Ether is the great penetrator.
Sublimator.
Sublimator, huh, Cal? And that is the third member of my person.
This heavy right here. This heavy right here. Listen, hold on. I wish I could drop a bomb on it. I wish I was on my thing. I throw the
yeah.
A warning. Listen to what he says. Tell me this ain't the Great Spirit. Listen. Go ahead.
I am everywhere. For and near. All things your eye sees, all things your ears heard are of me and in me.
In me.
Drop, boy.
It's in me. There ain't no outside of him.
In me.
That's heavy.
So we're all actually inside the
Creator.
Oh, man, see.
Inside of the Creator is the creation. It just makes sense. Wow. It just makes sense. Just makes sense, y'all.
Creation is inside the Creator.
That is crazy.
Wow.
That is insane.
Wow. Well, he just said it. I am everywhere. For and near, all things your eyes see, all things your ear hears are of me and in me.
But Mally, back it up. That also must mean all things your eyes can't see and all things your ears can't hear are also of me and in me. Ooh. It's the great duality. That's apparent. Ain't no male without no female. Ain't no left without no right. You couldn't know light without dark. So all the things your eyes see and don't, all the things your ears hear and don't are of me. She, and then, but wait. That means you personally are of it. Y'all gotta understand what he's saying. You gotta understand what he's saying. He's not separating you from it. He's showing you are it. So I don't never harp on people when they say we are the Creator. In fact, you're right.
Look at this. Whatever is one with me has no hard labor. Behold, the flowers of the field, I color them. Behold, the ant and the honeybee, I lead them. The bird, I teach how to build. Man alone is stubborn. Man alone is stubborn, setting up ways of his own. Or if he could, hold on for a second, y'all. Look at this right here. Man alone is stubborn, setting up ways of his own. Oh, if he could learn to be one with me, to move and labor with me. Then spoke Iwata. Oh, come on, Pops. Look at this. Then spoke Iwata, saying, Holy Ego Queen, I will go and teach man. Give him your words. Make him understand. The Creator said, for that labor I called you forth, made you tall and handsome, with strong limbs and broad shoulders. Grandpapa wasn't no little dude.
Sure wasn't.
You wasn't gonna lay him on his back. He wasn't no little joker.
No. Shout out John A. Shout out John A. That's my grandfather. Rise in power. I miss you.
Man. Rise in power, Pops. For that labor I call you forth, made you tall and handsome, with strong limbs and broad shoulders. Come then, my son, I will go with you into all the lands, among all the scattered tribes. Your voice shall be my voice. Do not fear. I will stand so close to you that when you open your mouth to speak, I will give you words you shall not error.
Come on.
Watch and inquire.
Come on.
Go ahead, Gary.
They always question, why didn't he get a word to, why did he give it to a white boy? Why didn't he give it to a brother? He did. Huh?
Exactly.
He did. And he turned around and he set up the very first United States in the world. This is before BRICS. This is before the European Union. This is before the NGO, or the non-governmental organization that currently runs the United States of America.
Come on.
Corporation.
Come on.
Huh? He took that and founded a nation. A nation created of 40 mighty nations. And then he told him he couldn't add. Was he right? He was absolutely right. That thing lasted thousands of years till it went on to birth the Iroquois Confederacy. To that went on to birth the founding of the United States of America as it's currently set up and running. Remember, they got that from the Iroquois. But
man, that's
who the
crazy,
Iroquois
bro.
get it from? Who the Iroquois get it from? That's what we here to bring out. Let's go, Malik.
Look at this. Iwata inquired, what shall I say? How shall I teach the sons and daughters of men? Give me a synopsis. Ego Queen answered Iwata, saying, chapter 27, first book of God, one great person, even Ego Queen, creator and ruler over all in heaven and earth. You shall have him, and no other God, Lord, idol, man, or angel to worship forever. Look at this.
Stop. Right there, Malik.
Look at this.
This is the same thing he told Zarathustra. The same thing he told Abra. The same thing he told Brahma. And the same thing he told Poe. He now telling Iwata. Ain't shit changed. The truth don't need no crutch. Don't need nobody to tell nothing about it. It's going to stand forever. All you got to do is, like you said, stand close enough to it. Didn't he just say he was going to give you the words?
He just said it. That's what he said. He said
it. That's what he said.
Man.
All I'm telling you is, listen, ain't nothing changed. This 3,100 years later after he gave it to Zarathustra.
Hey, in a total different part of the earth.
Look, and then look, in your Bible, in your Quran, in your Buddhist and Brahmin text, right? It's the same thing. You should have no other God before me. Ain't that in the laws?
Yeah.
Huh? That's in the laws, let alone the statutes and commandments. So I'm just saying, even down to the modern day religions, ain't nothing changed, because the modern day religions are just stepping stones to get you right back on track with your creator.
What it was initially, exactly. They just
go.
stepping stones, man. We all come through different paths. They all just stepping stones. You know what I mean? Look at this. You shall have him and no other God, Lord, idol, man, or angel to worship forever. You shall love him above all things in heaven above, or on the earth, or in the waters of the earth. And you shall teach him to your children. Remember, y'all, this is Papa Iwata 6,000 years ago in America, right here. And you shall teach him to your children and command them to teach him to their children, and so on forever. And you shall swear against, and you shall swear against all other gods, lords, and idols, to never serve them. And the same to your children and to their children after them forever. This is the first Ego Queen law, or law of the Creator. Look at that. Look at that, being established right here in the Americas amongst our Aboriginal ancestors 6,000 years ago. Look at this. And you shall deal with all men, women, and children as justly and as kindly as with your own mama, out of whose breast you were fed when you were helpless and weak. Look at that. Teaching this to your children and to their children after them forever. And this is the second law. I ain't heard nothing evil yet, Cosmon Carl.
You ain't gonna hear it.
What you say? Don't hold your breath.
Don't hold your breath. Y'all live better. You dig what I'm talking about? You'll live better. You dig what I'm talking about? This is what I'm saying. You ain't gonna hear it. Listen, this is wonderful. And then the dope part is you ain't got to believe it. The proof is objective. Truth don't need your stinking nigga belief, your lowly cracker belief. Truth ain't gonna change one bit. You see, it ain't changed in 6,000 years, in 9,000 years today. Because what we saying is being shown 9,000 years ago is still standing today. You got to deal with it. We don't care about your belief. Put your belief at the door. Show me something objectively proven in the world. Exactly like a WASPy is doing right now. Till you can do that, ball back.
Right.
Coming over here trying to pump your chest and beat your chest over here. That'll get you beat up. And see, you don't know about Cosmon, the error. High spirituality, high physicality will beat you to death and then raise you right back up. You gonna learn.
Hey, that's what we doing with these parts. You already know. Look at this. And to the sick and helpless, to the stranger and the man who comes from far away, to the widow who is destitute, and to the child who has no father, you shall be both father and mother to them. Look at that. And take them into your house and feed them and get them skins and cloth to wear. And if they are lost, you shall go with them and show them the way. Commanding these things to your children and to their children after them forever. And this is the third Ego Queen law, or the law of the Creator, as taught right here in the land of ancient America by our great ancestor, our granddaddy Iwata. Look at this. And you shall not tell lies nor speak falsely against any man, woman, or child, nor break your word of promise, even if threatened with death. The word of your mouth shall be as unchangeable as the setting and rising sun. Look at that. Boy.
We got a saying in the Americas, right? We got a saying in the Americas that says, your bond is your word.
Yeah, your word, your bond. Yeah.
Where's that come from?
Right here. Right here.
Come from right here. from your great-grandfather, Iwata, the son of Haonga. You don't even know who Haonga is. We ain't even gonna go there with you. But what I'm telling you is, this is where you get that saying from. It's an old Indian saying that you should tell no lies, nor speak falsely against any man, woman, or child, nor break the word of your promise. Your word is your bond, even if threatened with death. Where y'all get that from? We find that objectively in the stance of hip hop today. It is this understanding that teaches you not to snitch. We ain't tell you, it ain't say nothing about telling on doing something good. It ain't tell you to do nothing bad. But the whole idea of your bond is your word. And anybody who will go against their word, right, being a no-go in the Americas amongst the American Indians, is sourced straight from your creator through the great prophet of America, Iwata himself.
Man, that's powerful, bro. It's powerful. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, again, what other spiritual text even describes the ancient Aboriginal man and woman of this land? Not only that, where the teachings at?
Right.
We straight got the teachings. If y'all not paying attention, we got the teachings of Abraham. We got the teachings of Brahma, Poe, Iwata, Zarathustra. You dig? We got the teachings of our great-grandfather Iwata here in the Americas. So even dealing with the whole Aboriginal movement and all that, if we was to ask anybody over that way, where your spiritual teachings coming from? Where can we read them at?
Right.
You know what I mean? Where are you gonna go?
Is you gonna go to them mongoloid people you've been pointing the finger at, trying to say you ain't them and they ain't you, and now you gotta go to them for your spiritual ethnicity, culture, religion, spirituality. You gotta go to these same people.
Oh, we cowboy. Hey,
Yeah.
man, hey, this stuff marvelous.
Who really the big chief then? You can have millions of followers. That don't make you correct. As a matter of fact, what you need to know is if you are the big channel, right? And today, the lesser light, right, has always been the majority. The majority always runs to the lesser light.
The lesser light, yeah. Yeah.
So they believe the lower shit. I ain't even pointing the finger and gonna say you wrong about what you teaching. I'm just saying the more base, the more lowly, right? You're gonna always have the highest numbers because the highest light is held by the few.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's look, that's spot on. We know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The highest light is not held by the multitude. They are the less light. So we see why you the biggest channels. We get it. But that ain't how it's gonna end.
Exactly, bro. Look at this. The word of your mouth shall be as unchangeable as the setting and rising sun. And you shall command this to your children and to their children after them. And this is the fourth echo queen law, or law of the creator. And you shall not take and possess that which is another's, nor allow your children to do so, nor their children after them forever, which is the fifth echo queen law.
Hold on, wait.
Come on.
This the same law we seeing with the Israelites, with the Essenes, with the Nazarenes. Ain't shit changed.
Nothing changed, bro. Same law, same teaching, same line of light. It's a universal doctrine of light that they taught straight from Creator. You know what I mean? So look, we know we on the right path. Whatever anybody else talking about is irrelevant at this point.
Irrelevant.
It don't even mean nothing to us.
You just smelling your breath at that point. You're smelling your upper lip.
Yeah, that's all you doing. Lip fumbling. That's all you doing. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Verse 18. Verse 18. Look how thorough this is. And you shall respect the times of women. And when she is pregnant with child, you shall not lie with her. Look, that's something that's been taught, right?
Yep.
They've been like, it ain't just Iwata that teach this. Brahma, Abraham, Poe, you see what I'm saying? Zarathustra.
And we see the results of this still today practice in the religions.
Yeah, you're not supposed to, when she with child, you're not supposed to be sexing.
You're not supposed to do that.
You ain't supposed to be sexing her up when she with child. And it's a reason for it though. Look at this.
What you supposed to do, Mally?
Hold on, look. And you should respect the times of women, and when she is pregnant with child, you should not lie with her, nor give her heavy labor, nor angry words. Don't be over there yelling at her.
Right.
Nor fret her, but be obedient to her. Look at that, fellas. But be obedient to her, doing whatever she asks you to do.
Here we
it
go.
is her time, and she is your queen.
She's your queen to be.
Boy, you don't mess around and put another child up in her, and guess what? You got to obey.
Down.
You got to obey her.
Down, sucker. You gonna start this bondage on earth.
Hey, Cal, as soon as the woman find out they pregnant, boy, I'm talking about she can be 3 weeks pregnant. She walking like she 9 months old. She in so much pain. I'm like, woman, you just found out you were pregnant. What is you doing? Her feet hurt now. And hey, the sister's gonna use that all day. I'm pregnant.
No, yeah.
I
ain't mad at you, sisters. Use it though. Get them niggas.
Nigga, get up. Nigga, get up. Go get me
a double pickle sandwich with sauerkraut and ice cream on the side. And her up.
Oh no.
And they gonna have that little bell on you, Mally.
Oh no, bro.
We got a little bell on you like Jeffrey.
I said I might not want to get the missus pregnant for a while, boy. She gonna take this and
look,
run
I know
with
some
it.
out there like, what was this teaching at when I was
She gonna take that and run with it, boy.
She about to run with this bug.
They'll have me on bail status. No, man. Look at this. Look at this. It says, teaching this to your young men and women and to those that come after them forever, for they're young or begotten of me. And I will have them who? Shapely, strong, and brave. That's the reason why you're not supposed to be sexing her up and not giving her harsh words and heavy labor and fretting her. And you know what I mean? For the purpose of the offspring to be shapely, strong, and brave. That got something to do with the mental capability of your children. You see that? Of your offspring or your heirs, which is the 6th Ego Queen law.
So what they telling y'all is that the thoughts and minds and what a woman thinks and can perceive and knows affects the shape and function of the child. So the mother can think her son large. She can think him healthy. She can shape the child in the womb by her mind. This is why you keep her happy. This is why you on her beckon and call. This is why you don't scare her. Because you could breed up a scary ass child. Because all them feelings, all her thoughts go towards that child and shaping the thoughts and neural pathways and also the physical body of the infantile child still in the womb. So your thoughts are literally becoming reality.
Man, that's a marvelous, man. What Dreadful Cosmon say? Look what he said. He say, shit, too bad most don't know this, man. All they got to do with how your heir or your offspring come out. What type of offspring you produce. Wow. Look at this. You should labor 6 days. Hold on. Is this being taught over in the Americas about the Sabbath and the moons? Hold on. You shall labor 6 days, but on the 7th day, it is the moon's day. You should not labor, hunt, or fish, but go to the altar of your Creator and dance and sing before me and sit in silence to hear my words, which I speak into the souls of men, women, and children, teaching this to your children and to their children that come after them forever, which is the 7th Echo Queen law. Look at this. See? Law of the Creator all over in this land we call Guatemala. 6,000 years ago, man. Look at this. You should restore the rights, restore, Cal, the rites and ceremonies of Chopin and Anubia Pan. Except you should not flatten the head to make a sir, a haonga, to drive the judgment of the brain away to the prophetic regions. And this procedure, you shall swear to me to never restore. Talk to us, Cal.
Now, if y'all don't think that this is actually going on, all you got to do is look up the Flathead tribe of America. Not only is there a Flathead River, there are multiple Flathead tribes. One of them is called the Salish. Look it up. Where does that teaching come from? It comes from 3,000 years before. But now he telling them during this time, no, don't do the head binding and the flattening, forcing your child to be a seer, creating autistic children. This is what you're doing. You're pushing the light, you're pushing the thought perception centers of your brain or the frontal cortex towards the top or the light receiving section or the crown. It literally forces clairvoyance, but it makes the child autistic. Now, if you got an autistic child today, which I think vaccinations are the new form of flatheading, right? They force autism onto a child. But if you notice, these same babies, they know how to play the piano without ever reading music, right? They do all these wonderful things without knowing how, without being taught. What I'm telling y'all is this is the proof that autism or the head binding system was producing these seer types or what we call autistics. So you should look at your autistic little cousin a little different. It should make sense to you why they are the nicest people in the world. You ever spoke to an autistic person? They're the nicest people. Now you know why. Their thinking center has been pushed towards their light receiving centers. So they should be good people. Now it's time to look at your nephew different. Did he get any shots? Because what this does is the forcing of suis onto a child creates an autistic person. Anciently, that word for the person who comes out of this system is called a jinn. DJINN, jinn. They speak of these people as spooky spirits and devils in Islam, right? But they were actually teachers. The spirits came through them and taught the people. You ever seen the movie 300? Remember, Leonidas had to go up to the seer. They gave her an elixir of some sort, and she instantly went into euphoria. You dig what I'm talking about? And she tapped in with the gods. It's the same thing a jinn or a person with a flat head who was forced, clairvoyance was forced on them. It's the same exact thing. So this would be your oracle of Delphi, right? And all the great oracles you have ever heard of, right? It's a system, but it's through genetics that it's even possible. Because there were people who would have, of course, had the flat head, right? But weren't seers. What was the difference between the ones that had flat head and were able to see and the ones that weren't? Genetics.
Cal, you still there?
Yeah, bro. Go ahead.
I had to do something real quick. My bad. All right, so look, right here. It says, teaching these things to your children, to their children after them forever, which is the 8th Ego Queen law. Then Iwata, son of Ego Queen, rose up saying, I am your servant, lead me, for I am going in your name, even to the end of the world. For many years, Iwata traveled over all the regions of Guatemala, teaching, gathering together, swearing the people to be forever firm to the Great Spirit. Made them swear solemn oaths that never again would they listen to any God except the Creator. Made them swear they would never be caught by another cunning savior like Atura, whose people delight in war. Iwata gathered the frightened tribes in the villages, look at this, and taught them writing and engraving. Taught them the secret name of the Great Spirit, Ego Queen, and explained the moon to them and how to keep the 7th day for worship. Look at that.
We know this science. We know this today. This is called turtle science or tori, right? This is the turtle science. The understanding of the moon is right on the back of a turtle.
Yes. It's
crazy.
Hey, notice he taught them writing and engraving. Kyle, look at that.
Come on. So that means they had a written script or logographic or pictographic script at that time, 6,000 years ago.
And that means
900 years before there is an Egypt.
I was just going to say, writing don't start in Egypt then, y'all. Writing don't start in Egypt. Ooh-wee. Look at this. It says right here, the Creator saw the great work of Iwata. Saw the people gathered together in tens of thousands of places. Then the Creator spoke to Iwata saying, look at this, y'all. Remember, this is on this land 6,000 years ago. Look what the Creator said to Iwata. You shall found 40 mighty nations, O my son. And every nation shall be an independent nation. But all the nations shall be united into a brotherhood of nations as one mighty people. And that one shall be called Opa Ego Queen, signifying one. So before there was a United States, 50 United States of America, and starting in 1776, y'all, 3953 BC, it was the 40 United Nations, you dig, over in this land right here of Guatemala, the 40 mighty United Nations of Guatemala, starting by Iwata.
And you might be hearing the word.
My
bad, bro.
Go ahead.
You might be hearing the word Ego Queen, right? To the anglicized ear, Ego Quim sounds like Algonquin.
Yes.
Ego Quim and Algonquin are the same word, but they both mean the Great Spirit or out of many, one, unity. So the whole United States, right? Or the whole North America, right? America itself was created 3953 BC with a government, signifying one, Echo Quim. Perfect name for a creator, right? One.
Powerful. That's powerful. Look at this.
But hold on, but wait, it gets worse. Read what's next, Mally.
Look what it say. It say, for when I come in Cosmon, my people shall have many states. Ooh. Many states like yours.
When I come in 1848, when I come in 1848, it's gonna already be states just like you got right now, YAH'KI, 6,000 years before.
Dang.
My people at that time gonna have 40 mighty nations. They gonna call them the United States.
Look, it's a
you just united the states. And then this also explains that every state is its own nation.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, my people shall have many states like yours, and their combination shall be called union, signifying one. Build a model for them, O YAH'KI. Build a model for them, O YAH'KI. Wow. For although when they come, they will overthrow your people on the earth. The angels.
Wait a minute. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. He came over here and fucked up me and you.
Mm-hmm.
Is this not true? Through the colonial period, was the government, the people, overthrown? Did this happen? Mind you, what you got to wrap your mind around is he telling y'all this is a prophecy 6,000 years ago. How did he know Columbus and the colonization and all that shit was going to happen 6,000 years later? Yeah, remember, this ain't YAH'KI saying it. This is the God telling YAH'KI what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. Look, he say, for although when they come, they will overthrow your people on the earth, the angels of your holy ones. Then it says, Native American spirits firm in adherence and obedience to the great spirit Jehovah shall come and purge them of their savior and make them clean in my sight.
And dodge the Native American hijack. I know y'all like to say that the Native American is those people over there on the res, and that's the name that they got today. But the Aboriginal, the indigenous, the Untunchon would actually be the native. We know he is the Negro. What y'all got to understand is, truthfully, there's only one American. He is from 4 people, but he's one American. He is modernly called and misnomered as the Negro, the black
Negro.
African American. There's only one American. He descends from the Algonquin.
Man, this is powerful. Look at this. Then YAH'KI made the nations, united them into one mighty people, and called them the nations of Opa-Ego-Queen. And they planted the country over with cornfields.
Come on, we know what we're talking about.
And peace.
Don't nobody else make cornbread.
NWYH'S.
Don't nobody else make that. Don't nobody else make corn like us. We got corn everything. We got corn cob pipes, dresses, shoes, everything made of corn. Telling you. Go ahead, cook, bro. Cook.
NWYH'S history. All right. All right, so look, son of the great spirit, number 6, Moses of North Arabia, Africa. Where we at? 1553 BC. So we 2,400 years later. Under the 24th arc cycle, the arc cycle of Ban. Started in 1553 BCE and ran to 1848 of the Common Era. A period of 3,400 years. See that? Ban is the name of the arc cycle. The Etherian angel over there is Lika, and Lika is a Nirvanian chief. Who were the great men of that period? Moses, Shine, and Capillia. If you get some understanding, spend some voices up in the chat, man. We cooking. We cooking.
Okay.
We cooking.
Okay.
Amenemhat the fourth.
Uh-oh.
Who was Moses?
Uh-oh. This that science they can't give you. Egypt will just try to say, oh, Moses never existed, silly nigger. There is no proof of a Moses. And then you ran into the gang. And then the creator gang came. Yeah.
Y'all
don't know nothing about Amenemhat the fourth. Let's go.
Amenemhat the fourth, baby. You heard it first from the gang. That's who Moses is in history.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. Moses grew and became a large man, being a pure Ahuan, copper colored, and of great strength.
What color is he?
Copper colored.
Hold on. What color is he?
Copper colored, brother.
Come on now.
And Pharaoh having no son. And
remember,
Pharaoh,
the Ahuans are the megalithic builders. Come on.
And Pharaoh, having no son, bestowed his heart on Moses and raised him as a prince, having provided him with men of great learning to teach him.
Hold on.
Moses.
Pause right there. Pause right there. Pause right there. Because we got to show him. Go back up a little bit. If Moses is Amenemhat the third, right?
Fourth.
And Amenemhat the fourth. And he was adopted, right, by a pharaoh who had no male heirs. All you got to do is go look at and see who Amenemhat the fourth's father is to reveal who we are actually talking about in real time. And when you go back and look, it's Amenemhat the third, a king who had no male heirs.
Exactly.
And then a male heir just pops up on the record.
Oof. What? Surgical with it, Cosmon.
Telling you, let's go.
And then walking down with it. Look at this. It says, and Pharaoh having no son, wow, bestowed his heart on Moses and raised him as a prince, having provided him with men of great learning to teach him. Moses was master of many languages and also made acquainted with kings and queens and governors, foreigner, and he espoused the cause of the king whose dominions held 7 kingdoms beyond Egypt, his tributary kingdoms, which paid taxes to Pharaoh. Chapter 20, Ark of Bond.
Don't they say that in the Bible also? That he was a pharaoh, he was a ruler over a kingdom under his father for 9 to 12 years, was it?
Yeah, especially in some of the oral histories like Jasher. Jasher go on and talk about how Moses ruled portions of Ethiopia at one time, and it's crazy.
He fought he fought with the king at the King Balaam.
Yeah.
Yep. Fought with the Balaam. Balaam mean magic man, by the way, y'all.
Now look at this. Moses, let's see what Moses was teaching. Moses called together the heads and the rabbis privately and spoke before them, saying, what have I taken upon me, O Jehovah? Behold, your sons and daughters that follow me out of Egypt. How shall I bind them to you and not to me, O my Father in heaven? The Creator said to me, Moses, what I say to you, say to the rabbis, and to the heads, saying to them, not Moses, nor the heads, nor the rabbis brought you out of Egypt. You were brought out by the Creator, Jehovah, who is God of all, captain of all, head of all, rabbah of all. For in this I have drawn the line between my people and my enemies, the idolaters, the idolaters of men. Because of signs and miracles, the idolaters make a man god of their magician and worship him. Ooh, what? Because of signs and miracles, the idolaters make a man god of their magician and worship him. But who is like you, Moses, my son, in miracles? Who can match you in the magnitude of your proceeding? Who led forth my millions and delivered them out of a great power without loss of a man, woman, or child? But I declare to you, you shall do a greater miracle than any of these. For you shall preserve yourself from becoming an idol before men. For you shall proclaim me to your people in all things, teaching them that you are only a man, and your heads and your rabbis shall likewise teach them the same. For I will put away all idolatry from the face of the earth. Neither will I have kings nor queens. I am sufficient for all men. Look at your creator, boy. As Abraham, look at this, and Abraham who lived 2,400 years earlier, right? Who had that line of light on him. Look at it. As Abraham apportioned my people into families, communities, with rabbis and with chief rabbis, so you, Moses, so shall you reestablish them. See, just like with Zarathustra and Abram and Brahma and Poe, Iwata too, down to who we dealing with now, Moses. It's the same setup, same system in order. Look at this. Look at this. And my commandments, which I gave to Abraham, I will give to you. And I will reestablish my crescent with my rabbis, and my crescent shall be the fullness of my law for the rabbis and chief rabbis. Moses said, I cried to Creator, saying, how shall it be with the square at high noon? Okay, I want you to come in and talk about this. And the angel of Jehovah, speaking in the Father's name, said, listen to this, to the northeast God, to the southwest Lord, to the northwest Baal, and to the southeast Ashtaroth, for Osiris is dead already. Cal, talk to us about that.
Okay, and look, if you apply this same knowledge with what they call in the Middle East as a leverage point, you can go on through time and see the gods and the goddesses in those certain areas go on to take on them names, right? And dominate the people at the time. This is proven throughout history. To the northwest, Baal.
Look at
to
this.
the southeast, Ashtaroth. They're in them areas. To the southwest, they call it Lord. To the northeast, they call it God. Still that way today, y'all.
Look at this. To this end, then, prepare a place for the night so that the Great Spirit may bless us. The rabbis and heads said it as well. And when it was night, Moses with the rabbis and the heads went aside, placing sentinels so they would be alone. And when they were thus prepared, the light of Creator came upon Moses, and the books of the ancients were opened before him. And he administered the rites of faithism, the emet the Kepha, upon them. By the voice of Jehovah, he reestablished it. Now remember, these rites and ceremonies go all the way back to Zarathustra. With all the rites and ceremonies as they are to this day. And after that, the heads were no longer called heads, but chief rabbis, for Moses anointed them by the command of Jehovah.
Why they call them rabbis? Where do the rabbis come from? Remember, we showed y'all the rabbis come. Now we talking 6,500, 5,500 years later, after Zarathustra, we see the rabbis come out of the Zarathustrian religion.
That's right.
Not Hebrew.
That's right. 5,500 years later.
Yeah, 5,500 years before there was a Moses.
They were already
in the re-establishment. Of the Zarathustrian law. You got to remember, Abraham was a practicing Zarathustrian. Right? We 2,400 years after Abraham. Abraham is 3953 BC. We are talking about 1553 BC.
Man.
We're talking about the difference between the end of the Ubayyid period, right, and the end of the Middle Kingdom. That's a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Look at this right here. And in not many days, Moses wrote the Levitican laws.
Who he write it? Who he write it for?
Moses wrote the Levitican laws for.
Wait a minute, did he write Israelite laws?
The Levitican laws.
He wrote Judah laws.
The Levitican laws.
Wait a minute. He wrote Phoenician laws.
No. Levitican laws.
Okay, now we gonna have to see who got these laws, because I was always taught, Malachi, Macabee, the law is for the lawless. Because we don't see, why would the Israelites need a book to teach them how to be Israelites when they were being Israelites so good even under captivity? The Creator took pity upon them and got them out of there. Now you gonna turn around and give me a book to teach me how to be Israelites? It don't make sense.
Somebody may not be Israelites. Look at this. And in not many days, Moses wrote the Levitican laws for the inner temple of Jehovah was in spoken words only. But the outer temple was written. So that it was said the Hebrews have two laws, one which no other man knows, and one for those who are not eligible by faith.
Not eligible by faith.
Being those who were called Leviticans.
So how they gonna bring your priests when these niggas needed the law?
Look at this.
What does Levitican mean? Turn up the fire.
Look, it's gonna tell you.
We about to burn it down. What does Levitican mean, Malachi, Macabee?
Look. It says,
because hold on, they pumping that Levitican law right now. 613 statutes, laws, and commandments is for the Leviticans. We got to find out who these niggas is.
Look, we about to run up on it. It say, but not Leviticans in fact, but hangers on who had followed the Israelites out of Egypt. And who, for the most part, had no God, little judgment, and no learning.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Go back. Because somebody practicing Levitican law today. Where do we find Levitican law at? Is Levitican law not in the Bible?
In the book of Leviticus.
What we're trying to tell y'all is the law is for the lawless. Moses ain't write nothing for Israelites, never. Why? Because the inner temple was in spoken words only. They had a law that everybody knew, and the law that only the real Israelites knew. So they wrote the Leviticans. By the way, Levitican means hanger on, wannabe.
You got niggas running around here talking about some they chief priests today from the tribe of Levi.
Chief Levitican, right? You are.
You are a hanger on. You follow
of little judgment and no learning.
It say for the most part had no God, little judgment, and no learning.
Yes, they are. You exactly are a Levitican.
Wow. Look at this. But regarding all that Moses did and taught, how he labored with his own hands, many books could be written. And it is doubtful if the world ever produced another so good and great of a man. Son of the Great Spirit, number 7, Kepha of India. 1553 BC. Ooh, 24th arc cycle we in. Called the Ark of Bond. Ran 3,400 years. 1553 BC to 1848 of the Common Era. Moses of Egypt, Kepha of India, and China of Japheth of China. Let's work. Boy, Cal, look at this picture right here, boy.
Oh, wait.
Look at that brother right there, boy.
Oh, wait. China.
Look at that brother right there, not playing with you. Well, look
red,
at that,
copper color brown.
Look at that glare on that brother.
Boy, he is. Listen, he has no game in him. He don't play damn game.
Nah, bro, ain't no games being played. Ain't no games being played. Look at this right here. So 1553 BC, chapter 11, Ark of Bond. Jehovah said to Kepha, my chosen, shall not have kings. Look at that. I, Jehovah, am king, as through who, God? Zarathustra.
I ain't gonna tell you again.
I gave Rabbahs and chief Rabbahs. So have I done the same through you and their families of my family. Same system and order, y'all. And we 5,500 years to 6,000 years after Zarathustra. Look at that. Same line of light. To the unrighteous I give kings and kingdoms of men. For they who do not perceive me, who am the higher law, shall have that which they can perceive, which is, what is that, Cal? The lower law.
The lower law.
A kingdom is thrust upon you. What will you do? Kepha said, what shall I do, O Jehovah? Jehovah answered, saying, permit yourself to be proclaimed at home and in the provinces, after which you shall ratify the laws and then abdicate, and the kingdom shall fall into other hands.
Hey, keep cooking. I gotta go grab this thing real quick. Keep cooking,
absolutely. Kepha was proclaimed and known as King Kepha, and he abdicated, and then HELBAL became king. And he became obligated to Kepha, so that the latter, though not king, stood as a protector over the faithless, even greater than HELBAL. Nor can any laws be enacted affecting the faithless without the consent of Kepha. Jehovah has said, my people shall be a separate people. They shall live under my laws, for I am their king. Now, the whole time from Kepha's first beginning of the restoration of who? The Zarathustrians, faithless, until establishing a protectorate for them was 5 years. After this, Kepha traveled about east and west, and north and south, collecting together the scattered remnants of his people. And he established them in colonies and taught them not only rites and ceremonies, but also taught the lost arts of what? Tilling the soil and of making fabrics out of hemp, wool, and silk. And he established schools, and provided teachers for the people. Kepha said the first virtue is to learn to find the Creator in all things and to love and glorify him. The second virtue is cleanliness. All people, old, young, shall bathe once a day. Yeah, wash your stinking ass. Bathe once a day. The third virtue is to eat no fish. Look at that. All them. All these brothers, even down to what goes in your chops or down your throat. They all talk the same thing. You know what I mean? Look at this. The third virtue is to eat no fish nor flesh, no other unclean thing. For what profit is it to bathe the outer part if one puts filth within? Get them animals out your chops, boy. Look at this. The fourth virtue is industry, because the Father gave man neither feathers nor hair nor wool. That it be testimony of his commandment that man shall clothe himself. To clothe oneself and to provide oneself with food, these are the enforced industry upon all people. In addition to these, to labor for the helpless, to bathe them and feed them, and house them and clothe them. These are the volunteer industries permitted by the Father, so that you may prove your soul's worthiness before him. Without industry, no people can be virtuous. Look at that. One of the rabbis asked him what industry was. To this, Kepha replied, to keep oneself in constant action to a profitable result. What is industry? To keep oneself in constant action to a profitable result. To rise before the sun and bathe and perform the religious rites by the time the sun rises. And then to labor, not severely, but pleasantly, until sunset. This is industry. The industrious man finds little time for Satan's inspiration. Stay busy, y'all. Stay in motion. The industrious man finds little time for Satan's inspiration. Let's keep cooking. The fifth virtue is of the same kind, which is labor. There shall be no rich among you, but all shall labor. As reasonable labor develops the strength of your physical bodies. So also by the act of labor, the spirit of man develops beneficial growth. So also by the act of labor, the spirit of man develops beneficial growth for its habitation in heaven. The skills you developing, the labor you're doing, you're also growing your spirit. It's beneficial growth for your spirit's habitation in heaven. The skill you have now, the talents you perfect now, directly affect your habitation in the heavens. That's powerful. Look at this. For I declare to you a great truth, which is that the idle and the rich who do not labor with the physical body are born into heaven helpless as babes. Boy, salute all the brothers and sisters that get out here and do something with their hand, man. You know what I mean? You ain't idle and you ain't rich, right? Right? You get out there and get some cracking. You got the physical body in motion. If not, guess what? The idle, the lazy, and the rich both enter heaven helpless as babies. That's crazy. Look at it. The sixth virtue is greater than all the rest. It's abnegation of oneself. Without abnegation, no man shall have peace of soul, either on earth or in heaven. Consider what you do, that it shall profit yourself, but whether it will benefit others, even as if you were not one of them. Without the sixth virtue, no family can dwell together in peace. You can't be selfish in this thing, man. You got to be selfless. You always got to be a team player. It's about what's best for the team. You dig? The seventh virtue is love. When you speak, consider whether your words will promote love. If not, then do not speak. And you shall have no enemies all the days of your life. If you can justly say a good thing about any man, do not be silent. This is the secret to win many loves. Speak good. Or consider what your words are going to provoke in the next person. Is it going to provoke some type of anger and demon time, or is it going to like encourage them? You know what I mean? To be better. We got to consider the words that come off our chops. You know what I mean? The eighth virtue is discretion, especially in words. Consider well and then speak. If all men would do this, you would be surprised at the wisdom of your neighbors. Discretion is a regulator. Without it, man is like a tangled thread. You got to be discreet, man. Use discretion. The ninth virtue is system and order. A weak man with system and order does more than a strong man without them. 10th virtue is observance. With observance, a man accepts from the ancients those things that have been proven to be good, such as rites and ceremonies. Without observance, a man begins back even with the earliest of the ancients, and thus casts aside his profit in the world. The 11th virtue, all spiritual nuggets being dropped. Look at this. The 11th virtue is discipline. The discipline for the individual and the family. He who does not have discipline is like a racehorse without a rider. A time to rise, a time to eat, a time to pray, a time to dance, a time to labor. These are good in any man. But the family that practices them in unison with one another has discipline. That's powerful. Look at this. The 12th virtue is like discipline and is obedience. All good and great men are obedient. He who boasts about his disobedience to discipline is a fool and a madman. Greater and better is the weak man of obedience than the strong man of defiance. For the first promotes the harmony of the family, but the other ruptures it. Consider these 12 virtues. They are sufficient laws for the whole world. Man may multiply books and laws forever, but they will not make the family or colony or state happy without the adaptation of these 12 virtues. If you're getting some understanding, throw some foes up in the chat. Chapter 12, Ark of Bond. We coming on down the line, man. We coming on down the line. Oh, wait. Coming on down the line. I heard nothing evil yet, Yafa. Ain't heard nothing evil yet either. Ain't gonna hear it. Ain't gonna hear it. Chapter 12, Ark of Bond. Capilla being inspired of the Creator said, let your life be your preacher. Let your life be your preacher. The behavior of one good man, even in a sparse country, is of more help than 1,000 preachers. Let your life be your preacher, man. Look at this. The clamor of the tongue makes speedy converts, but it does not change the blood. Those thus converted perform the rites and ceremonies, but their behavior is not of the 12 virtues. One community, a family of a score of men and women who dwell together in peace and love, doing good toward one another, is the manifestation of more wisdom than all the books in the world. See, it's all about affiliation. It's all about uniting and living community, living amongst each other. All things in common. Look at this. A man who has learned sympathy is better learned than the philosopher who will kick a cat or a dog. Great learning is not only in books. Great learning is not only in books, because today everybody worships books, especially your spiritual books. Great learning is not only in books. He who has learned to harmonize with the Creator has great learning. The doctrine of the idolater is war, but my sons and daughters practice peace, not resisting any man with weapons of death, says Creator. And that's how when the so-called colonizers hit these shores, these the type of people they ran into. People who practice peace, not resisting any man with weapons of death, says Creator. My sermons are not in wordy professions, but in the souls of my people who practice my commandments. You have witnessed that Succah's followers said, behold, Succah is our Lamb of peace. But they were nations of war, same with Christianity. They built monuments to glorify their great slayers of men. My people say little, profess little regarding their virtues, but their practice is my voice. Action. That's all that matters. Look at this. Kepha said, whatever the character of one man should be, so the character of the family should be. And likewise, so the character of the state should be, because harmony in a man's soul is his greatest blessing. Even so, harmony in the family soul is its greatest blessing. Likewise, in the state and its soul. Whoever will sacrifice self-gratification for the good of the family is the greatest, best one in the family. Whoever triumphs in self-desire or inflicting on others his opinions or doctrines is the worst bad man in the family. You're not supposed to be forcing your point of view on nobody. See that? My Father in heaven is your Father also. All men and women are my brothers and sisters. To magnify one's soul as to realize this brotherhood is a great virtue. No matter what name he has, there is nevertheless only one Creator, and all people are his children. And all people are his children. Call him whatever name you will. I will not fight with you. I am a child of his love. By love, I will prove it to you. No man can prove this by war. You can't prove you a child of Creator by warfare, bloodshed. At death, the real life begins. Look at Peter's teaching. At death, real life begins. Mold yourselves well while your soul has a good anchor. The physical body. The highest, best life in this world finds the highest, best life in heaven. Bag drop, wait. The highest, best life in this world finds the highest, best life in heaven. Love your Father who created you. Virtuous happiness is little more than this. The happiness of lust is hate to your Creator. Oh, man, y'all hear that? The happiness of lust is hate to your Creator. The man learning to swim had better go in with corks till he finds the stroke. Your Creator, look at this. Your Creator gave you a corporeal body, which is like the corks to sustain you while you grow in spirit. Do not be in haste to enter the unseen world. Make sure that you have learned the stroke of the resurrection before you put aside your flesh and bones, boy, Religion is the learning of music in a community in which the rabbah is the keynote. Music is of two kinds, sounds and assimilation. Dumb instruments may make sound music, but assimilation comes to the real matter of putting one's behavior in harmony with the community. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. Good works Who knows the meaning of these words? King Yakrava judged the good works of a man by the number of bad men he had slain. When almshouses promote laziness, when almshouses, charity houses promote laziness, they are not good works. Preaching, praying, preaching, praying, and singing are not works. They are the blossoms. They are the blossoms, and with enticing fragrance, yet Satan persuades man that these are good works. Nevertheless, all fruit is preceded by blossoms. The most learned man, the most pious man, and the greatest philosopher cannot tell what is the meaning of the words good works. Look at this. Look at this. But a mother with a child 1 day old can tell. A farmer who has sowed and reaped one harvest and given half of it away to the less fortunate can tell also. To bring forth out of the earth food or clothing, these are good works only so far as they exceed one's own requirements and are given to others. To live on the earnings of others except in time of helplessness is evil. To preach and not produce substance for others, such a man is a vampire. He sells sermons and opinions to the ignorant, making believe his words are the Creator's concerns. The preacher shall dwell with the poor. The preacher shall dwell with the poor, taking hold with his own hands, teaching and helping. He who gives words only and not labor is a servant of hell. He who finds honeyed words and draws his voice, he lives in ease and plenty. He stretches out a long face seriously. He is a hypocrite and a blasphemer against his Creator. With love and rejoicing and with willing hearts stand up right before Jehovah. For your preaching shall bear evidence of joyful light, and your presence give to the weary and disconsolate assurance that you are the Creator's Son. Come in earnest to glorify him by righteous works and a helping hand. Besides Capella's book of maxims, look at that. He had a whole book of maxims. Besides Capella's books of maxims, the quarter of which is not here related, he also restored, what did he restore? The Zarathustrian commandments and the songs of Vivano. Not since 2,000 years were the children of Jehovah so well standing before the world, and peace and plenty came upon the land of India, even greater than in the days of Brahma, 2,400 years earlier, right? Brahma was in India before Capella. Thus closes the history of Capella, who was led in all things by Jehovah through his angels, even to the words he uttered, though often he did not know it. Such it is to walk with the Creator. Now, while this was going on in India, the Creator also labored through his angels in the land of Egypt with Moses, about whom we're following. We already went into Moses, son of the great spirit, number 8. Chine or Chine of Japheth, 1553 BC, same arc cycle as Moses and Capella. Be coming on down to the end of this thing. See how long we've been on here. We could do a part 2 for real. Let me see. All creators kid. What's going on, Tom? What's the word? What's the word? Okay, we still cool. Ain't even keep rolling. Dang. Barker Bond, History of Chinese of Japheth, founder of China. If you're getting some understanding, spend some vortices in the chat. Let me grab something to drink real quick. We got waters just spinning all through this deal. You had to run and grab something to drink real quick. Y'all already know. Let's go ahead and wind this thing on down, man. Let's go ahead and work. Archabon, OI Speed, chapter 21. I mean, again, we ain't heard nothing evil thus far. And as you see, man, like all these brothers is teaching the same exact thing 3,000 years apart. 3,000 years apart, you feel me? I may come back on tomorrow and do a part 2. That's what I'm thinking. You dig? I think it was enough light bomb overload for the day. I got about 30 or 40 more pages on this doc. I got about 30 more pages to go. You dig? So y'all already know, man. Love, light, balance, Cosmo and Cal. If you're still there, talk to me, brother. We'll come back and do a part 2 tomorrow, man. It's like a 3-day weekend anyway. We'll come back and do a part 2, finish it on off tomorrow, talk our talk. You feel me? But if you're there, brother, come chop it up with us. Give us some last words. What y'all think about today's lesson, man? The sons of the Great Spirit and the universal doctrine of light. If y'all were edified and enjoyed part 1 of that, go ahead and throw some 9s up in the chat. Let's work. Let's work. We're going to shut it on down. We've been running about 4 hours. I got about 30 more pages in that doc right there. You know what I mean? So I think that's enough to retain for the day. And then we'll come back in tomorrow, chop it up some more, do a part 2. And we walking on down. We at 1553. We started in 7053 BC. And we all the way down to 1553. Then we can go down to 750 BC. Then we're going to get on down to like 146, dealing with Joshua the Nazarene, Yeshua. And as you see, they all were teaching the exact same system and order. You know what I mean? All good, love and light. Look at intuitive dope to shine the fate. Looking, hey. Love, light, and balance, man. Look, I see all 9s in the chat. I'm glad everybody got some understanding. You know what I mean? I'm glad everybody got some understanding today. Love, light, and balance, or love, light, and cosmos. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. You know, and it's an excellent day to get outside and do something good for someone. You feel me? That's how we get that spiritual grade up. But as you see, it's the same line of light. Goes all the way back to that prophet, great-grandfather of ours, Zarathustra. And they all talk the same thing in all the different divisions of the earth. You know what I mean? I ain't heard nothing evil yet. It either resonates with your spirit and soul, or it rattles and jars your spirit or soul. But either way, you're going to be all right. Eventually, you got to submit to the light. You dig? It's only a matter of when. It ain't an if. It's a when. Eventually, you going to be like, man, y'all was right, man. Dang, I've been bull. I've been tripping, man. Y'all was right. And we're going to be like, we told you, come on. Now, you know we could have been on this path hundreds of years ago, right? You know, come on. It ain't never too late. Let's rock. So nothing but love, light, and balance, family. You dig? Today is a great day to do something marvelous for somebody. You understand? Don't be a misfit all your life. Get out here and do something righteous for the next brother and sister, man. You know what I'm saying? And like my bro always say, breathe in, let the light in. Good.
And oh yeah, put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feel it when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air, It's that Japheth, that Chow Mein, that Papa Bull, that Tao Mein, since sunset in the arc of Wayne. My brain moving like Tao Sang, so ass above, it's so below. That up and that down thing, this flow is atmospheric. I call that a ground game. See, water is knowledge, so if I'm teaching, you're learning. So how your God make a sun without vortexing and current? See, the pattern is ponic, like I'm reaching out for my people. Oh, I speak flow to your speakers, you feel the force of the equal. And when the force gets the equal, I'm taking off like an eagle. Police popped the pastor yesterday for pushing political. My DNA is Moshe, mix that thing with higher water. My spirit rate is OTN, it's just a higher order. Got more light than Kavita, rap a lot just like Tila. Went from sinner to saint, shout out my big homie Sealer. Got more torque than a sports car, got more work than a door star. In the 4 million I make, I'm giving the doctor my oh yeah. Yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Super 7 in my rites and ceremonies. I'm married to Jehovah, holy matrimony. Confucius say, in the words of Caillou, before you hit the tomb, be a bridegroom. Only got one question for Miss Susan B. On how to last Ahu when it's now a ennui. Blame my inspiration, I'm just thinking thoughts. But in the way of God's, we gon' keep it short. Why Jesus wanna kill me, Matthew 10:34. Just a couple questions that I'm needing to know. Oh, watch me flow, it's so potent. Set the vortex in motion. Super 7, I'm floating across the Aegean Ocean. Oh, you a Muslim now, so I guess you make it Salat. Well, I'm an Israelite, I'ma make you met the Shabbat. Got Moses on the bumper, super slap off in my spaceship photosphere. So I stay lit, peace and light to the faith is so yeah. Yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah.